Welcome back to another episode of Ministry of Truth. I am your only host on this show. Got a lot of nothing for you today. It's just a bunch of reactions to videos of other reactors and street interviews because we all know it's like to watch these street interviews. It's Friday. As I used to call it, Fuck It Friday, where I pretty much do whatever the fuck I want. I did that in the Army. I called it Fuck It Fridays. Or Right Side Light Days, but that's besides the point. Good morning, Juniper. Good to see you as always. But before we get started, you know, we gotta listen to a little bit of music because that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. I can't remember the rest of the song, so I'm gonna stop singing now. Why, y'all go get your coffee and some bagels if you're Jewish, even if you're not Jewish. Pancakes, if you've had them. You're not going to have enough time to make pancakes, but it's a thought. Eggo waffles, you might have time for that. You could. It's about, well, we'll never know. Just take your toaster and put it next to your computer. So I'll see you in a minute. I hope you enjoy. Camera off. Good morning, Carmen. Hope you're doing well today.
This is the place, man.
I'm not sure, man.
Party, party!
Can I help you, boys?
Can I help you, boys?
Yeah, we're here for the party, man.
We're here for the party, bro.
The party? You know, the party? I mean, I'm looking right at a party here. Disco, chicks, you know, we're here for the...
P-A-R-T-Y.
Oh, right.
The party.
This party.
Let's get
I've
it.
been expecting you.
Go. Dun 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 dun. So I remember this song when I first retired. I'm like, man, I really like this song. So I would wait for it to come on the radio, and it would almost never come on the radio. I'm like, I want to hear this song. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to play the song in my car from YouTube. From YouTube. And now you can hook your phones to your radios. So I downloaded the song. Well, I don't download the song. I have Spotify and Apple Music. Oh shit, everyone left. by the way, if you weren't paying attention. He said bewitch. Not be with, bewitch. I wanna be with you all night. That was Ghost. Ghost. There's other songs, but I didn't know Ghost has been around for a while. But that song is pretty much the first one I ever heard. And I was like, yo, this beat, this guitar, fuck yeah, niggas. Anyway, now that we're done with the music, we're going to start off with a little bit of weird stuff before we get to the interviews and shit like that. Imagine you're on an airplane, right? And you're landing, or you're attempting to land, and for some reason your airplane is not lining up correctly with the runway, and you go to land and, well, let's just say no one got hurt. But Jesus Christ. Sounds of Silence. Is that an older song? Watch the plane, watch the plane, watch the right wing. Why is he going sideways? Oh, plane hit. Look at that. Just in case you didn't see it, watch the right wing. Boom! It's got a light coming out of its asshole. Here it comes. And hit. And I don't know if the other side hit, though. Oh, I'm pretty sure it was the wind because the way the airplane was flying. There's no way they're going to try and land sideways. That's retarded.
You probably haven't.
Give me 2 seconds. I believe Sound of Silence was an older song, but I do remember it. I don't want to be retarded. So let me listen to it real quick. Oh, I think I have. It's a remake. Yeah, I've heard that song. It's a very, very good song, Carmen, but I do believe it's a remake. A cover song. Now let's go do a quick story on the trans Antifa.
Heard about Philip Haskins DeLisi, who now goes by the name Isabel because Philip thinks he's a woman. Philip was arrested last month in Portland, Oregon, after violently attacking a woman. And when the attack happened, he was wearing the uniform of Antifa. They wear uniforms now.
Funny, they're talking about
logo,
Nazis, and they're
mask,
dressed like Nazi super soldiers from the fucking movies.
black tactical riot gear and a patch that said Antifa Super Soldier. He was also carrying a chemical spray gun, and tomorrow this guy is going to be sentenced by a Portland judge. The expected sentence? Probation.
Oh,
because that's how liberal judges treat the most disturbed, insane people in our society. This person also threatened to kill
Look at this dude.
our next guest. And joining us now for more,
He looks like a
senior
winner.
editor at the Post Millennial and New York Times bestselling author Andy No. And Andy, I just want to make a correction for our audience. I said that you were in Portland. You are in fact in London, and you've had to leave Portland because of the risk to your own safety.
Yeah, this little dude, Antifa's tried to kill him multiple
and we'll get
times.
to that. appreciate you being here, but I want to show a few more photos of this guy, Philip. He wears the badge and logo of Antifa. You can see it right there, meaning he's official, meaning these aren't just people wearing black outfits anymore. This means they're mobilizing.
Nice knee pad, faggot.
Thanks for having me on. Those who are familiar with Antifa would not find it newsworthy to hear that an Antifa member in Portland is violent. Of course, what is newsworthy is that one was actually convicted in Multnomah County. This is an individual who's been involved in Antifa for many years. I've reported about him going as far back as 2019 when he posted a number of violent threats against me that were ignored by law enforcement in Portland and as well as the prosecutors.
What the fuck is it? Oh my god, look at this faggot. Of course he's got that fucking septum piercing.
Were ignored by
Bro, this dude legit has mental illness.
law enforcement in Portland and as well as the prosecutors. But there's a different prosecutor in Portland now in terms of we have a DA who replaced the far left one that was there during the BLM Antifa riots before. And the case, this particular case was dismissed in January by a liberal judge. And under normal circumstances, we wouldn't have expected the prosecutor to refile the case, but he did. And there was a successful conviction last week at trial. Mr. Delici, who identifies as a female and now goes by Isabel Arajo.
Yeah, I must say he looks just like a female based on the pictures that you've sent us. He's a great-looking fellow.
He's a disturbed individual with a
Right there,
long history of violence.
really nice-looking person there. Yes, you know they look.
And threats.
Let me just ask you about this. Look at this thing. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Can you tell us about this guy? So this guy's in his 40s.
Does
he have a job? Well, I know he doesn't have a job. He doesn't like work at State Farm or something. But does he have a family? Does he have kids? We know he's from New Jersey originally. Again, really attractive. He's got a 666 tattoo. He's got the Antifa logo tattooed. How did he get himself to Oregon and get radicalized?
So I interviewed a close family friend of this person, a person who knew his mother and saw him grow up. By all accounts, Mr. Delici was raised in a Christian home by a mother who loved him dearly, but he became radicalized online and began cross-dressing and moved from New Jersey to the West Coast a number of years ago, and then went particularly to Oregon because Oregon's state Medicaid provides cosmetic surgeries for so-called gender-affirming care.
Has he had any surgeries?
Free.
He doesn't look like he's had surgeries to me. I'm basing that on what I'm
Yeah,
seeing
gastric
here.
bypass, can't you tell?
Cosmetic surgeries, I don't know if he's had that, but the state provides that for free in
Terrible
addition to medication as well.
Let me
I
we're
don't
tight on
believe he
time, Andy.
works.
I don't mean to interrupt you. We're just tight on time. This person has threatened you personally. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, after I was violently beaten in 2019 by Antifa in downtown, Mr. Delici posted on one of his many social media accounts that he was out looking for me, and he described in detail what he would do if he got his hands on me and posted images of weapons that he had in his possession, including firearms.
Wow. And we expect this person to get probation tomorrow?
That's the best that can happen in the state of Oregon.
That's pretty
my
fucked
goodness.
up.
And just quickly, 15 seconds. What's a Antifa super soldier?
Like the way you said that.
That's a label that he
Super
provided
soldier.
to himself, I think, to
Oh, it's
make
not
himself
like
appear more ominous to the public.
It's not like a battalion of super soldiers out there.
Super soldiers.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Andy, keep us posted. Keep up your excellent reporting, and we'll be watching this tomorrow. Probation doesn't sound like enough. Thank
No,
you,
it doesn't.
Andy. No, we appreciate it. All right, Finity Files is coming up next.
Super soldier, guys.
Isabel. Hey, I want to ask you if you apologize
This is the guy.
for assaulting Almosa. Is it true that you assaulted
Why
your
do you have
frail
a
mother?
Palestinian flag?
Fuck Israel!
Okay.
Fuck Israel!
I agree.
Did you assault your fellow
Fuck
members?
Israel!
I agree.
Fuck Israel!
I agree.
Anything else you want to
Fuck
add?
Israel!
I already agreed.
Fuck Israel!
Okay, you.
Israel's a bitch-ass country funded by your fucking taxpayer dollars!
You're right.
Anything else you want to add? Why did you?
Fuck off, you Zionist!
Oh,
Fuck off, you
you
Zionist!
call me a Zionist?
Fuck off, you Zionist!
You fat
Fuck
motherfucker.
off, you Zionist! Fuck off, you Zionist!
I'm not a Zionist. I'm a reporter. I just want to ask
Fuck
you.
you! You are a propagandist for ending now! A fucking Nazi!
Yeah,
A Zionist Nazi! An Israel bootlicking Nazi!
How do you feel about not being sentenced?
a Zionist Nazi. I don't know how that works. How does that work, Mr. No Neck? Covering your face with ink, which you should probably cover a whole lot more because, goddamn, dude, just black it out. Maybe he has that thing because he can't grow a beard, right? Oh, by the way, Andy No is also gay and Asian, so Zionist Nazi. Yeah, that guy needs to go somewhere and somewhere fast. What happens when you're in the city of Washington, D.C., and there's an increased presence of officers to include federal agents, trying to keep the city safe? Let's just say you're out there drinking, having a good time. You work at the Department of Justice. Such a good job to have. But you also wanted a sandwich. You got yourself a sandwich. But then again, you also got yourself arrested and lost your job. Let's see how this happened.
You made Subway $5 footlongs famous. So to thank you, we're making any regular footlong a $5 footlong. Get that? Any regular footlong, piled high with flavor, $5. Join the celebration.
Left-wing men have criminally low, terminally low testosterone. And we've been able to cover this. It's its own pandemic. I mean, the real pandemic are men like this who decide that because they want to try and get some chick
You
who
don't
looks
have
like
any
an
balls
orc
left, faggot.
or an orca, that they are gonna fight the power.
Hey, can we get
I don't know, dude. I'm not sure.
Faggot?
This guy, for instance, is one of our favorite left-wing archetypes. The left-wing protester. I've been protesting. Well, what happened to this guy protesting in LA?
I shot me in the nuts. And now I'm losing a ball.
Good.
Surgery is tomorrow.
Good.
So
And you're wearing a piercing.
fact check. Guy has on these pink painted fingernails. Did he ever have any balls? I don't know. I'm not going to be the one to do the fact check. But I am here to tell you that there is a real problem with soy beta rage on the left.
How so?
And it's a true crisis, but it is also a hysterical crisis. It ends in some really funny videos like this. A man caught throwing a Subway sandwich at federal officers in Washington, D.C. He's now been charged with a felony, but I think the original crime is obviously going to be the fact that this man clearly has some real deep-seated mommy and daddy issues. Let's go ahead and watch the original video.
Oh! What the tackle was that?
President Trump has vowed to make DC.
Boys, grab me
Hello.
the video. I need the video of a man running around and screaming at the officers, please. So this is Judge Janine responding. That's what I need. I need the clip of the man roaming the streets, screaming, taunting, raging hysterically shrieking at the officers. I need it, and I need it now.
Your producers
Let's go.
suck.
Let me know when you got that, Klein. Let's just load it up as a play beside. Yeah, I need the original clip here, please. It's going to be very important to play. There you go. That's it right there. ALX just sent it. Please load that. Thank you.
Say hello. She thinks this desk is hers. Girl. All right, you can get your tail out of my face now.
I'm gonna show you guys the full. Breakdown. I mean, listen. You know what? It's live. Sometimes they get an asset wrong. There it is. Pop it up. Here we go.
You see these fascists?
Uh-huh.
Right here. And our
Fascist?
Fuck you!
Fascist.
Fuck you, fascist!
Fascist.
Shame! Shame!
What do they think that actually does?
Shame! Oh! Back up!
Motherfucker!
Yup, that was dumb.
Oh! Oh! It's fucking gun! Fucking gun! Fucking gun!
Could you imagine being that thing's parents? Because I can't call him a man. You're not a man. You're just not.
Good times. Faggot threw a scene. He wasted $5. Oh, it's DC, so he probably wasted about $12.50. And then he's going to jail, and he's gonna have a hard time paying for that $12.50 sandwich again because, well, he's not gonna have a job.
I want you to understand something. For
Can't
a
remember
few
why
years
I
now,
made this video,
I
but we're
have
gonna
told
watch it
people
because that's
on
what
this
it is.
channel
It's a
numerous
Friday.
times that anyone has the ability to
And
be
my
racist.
cat won't leave me
Anyone
alone.
has the ability to be evil. Anyone has the ability to be a bigot. I don't give a damn about your systemic societal norms that you think stop you from being a piece of shit to somebody. You all have the ability to do that. All you need is two things: the thought and the action behind that thought. And when you achieve both of those, congratulations, you're someone I don't want to be around. And when we extend this conversation towards interacting with different people across this really big world, you'll tend to find out that some people have it in their minds that you have to fit certain requirements to be around them, especially if you are of a different skin color. And as I sit there and say that, I'm reminded of what I said a few videos back about Martin Luther King's dream about judging people based off of character and not based off of skin color. And I realized that it's never really going to be something that is brought forth in any full capacity because we're all judging each other based off of skin color and we're trying to morph it into character, knowing full well anyone has the ability to be a piece of shit. Why am I bringing all of this up? Well, I saw a video of a guy talking about why he doesn't have white friends or too many white friends. And I want you to listen carefully and then you're going to see me click out.
I'll be honest, I don't have very many white friends because a lot of white people don't understand that being friends with black people is not just like being friends with a white person.
Huh?
There's so much that goes into being friends with a black person.
Like what?
Because you have to do all this extra work, which a lot of you are not ready for.
How so?
To be a safe haven for us, to be a accomplice to us.
Safe haven, so
when
we're
you
your
are friends with
protectors.
black people, you have to think about their safety at all times. Is doing this activity...
Whoa, 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 whoa. What this dude is saying, hear me out, is that if you have a black friend, it is your duty to protect him. Alright, I mean, and If he's getting in a fight and it's a fair fight, probably not.
Going to put my black friend at risk. So, no, I don't have very many white friends because I don't trust y'all. Y'all have given me zero reason to trust y'all. Y'all think things are jokes that are not jokes.
Like what?
White men in particular think going into black neighborhoods and messing with black people is funny. Y'all think we are playthings.
Has anybody heard any instances where two white dudes going to a black hood neighborhood, I said hood, and mess with them? If that does happen, they're typically police. And if they're not police, well, they probably get fucked up fairly quick. Just saying. But we're here to protect you guys. So why you can't fight us? We're here for your protection.
And you show that in the way that you're friends with black people too. You think they're your playthings. I don't want any part in that. So I'll stick to,
Hear me out, guys. If you have a black friend, they are not playthings. I don't think I've ever considered my black friends to be my playthings. Maybe black females, but that's a completely different story. We're going to get off topic.
Acquaintances online. I have no interest in having hangout friends with y'all because you've proven that I'm not safe in your space.
I need you to understand this.
Oh, you know what I think it is? In the military, you're kind of forced to interact with everybody, no matter where they're from, who they are, their background, their religion, their race. I've seen a lot of religions growing up because, well, I grew up as a military brat. Religions. Fuck religions. People. Races. Right? And one thing I do remember is I must have always been attracted to, well, obviously women, because in the first grade, my parents used to tell me I had two girlfriends. One white, one black. And when they used to tell me that story when I was a teenager, yeah. Like Harvey Dent, right? Two-Face, when he would have those two different women next to him. Yeah. Why are we talking about this?
White friends is someone who smokes a lot of cigars with his neighbor who just so happens to be white. No, you don't need to do all of this fucking shit. No, you don't have to fit requirements. No, you don't have to be a shield. No, you don't have to be some fucking pariah who talks about black issues 24/7. If you recognize the history of how black people and white people have interacted and you look at that and say, don't like it, especially on my skin color side, I want to be different, all you gotta do is just look at that and say no. Look at the past and, what's that other part of that? Oh, learn from it. But because I live in a world where a lot of people are racially sensitive and they want to run around and speak truth to power about how I can't be around this person, I can't trust this person, I can't be around that person either, we have a group of people who have it in their minds that the black people are going to do nothing but shoot my children, and the white people are...
I'm not one of those people where, you know how they say, oh, I can't be racist, I have a black friend. For me, it's like, oh, you're calling me anti-Semitic? Okay. I don't remember having any Jewish friends. I did, and then I made that cockroach joke, and well, that must have been it. That was right after 9/11 too.
Going to do nothing but touch my children without consent. And it's this weird dynamic placed upon other people who are just trying to live their life and live it while being peaceful individuals, while walking around and saying, hey, I want to have this friend because they seem like a cool person, not because I need to check off some box saying, oh, how could I be racist? I have a black friend. There are genuine people out there in this world. Yes, there are some shitty ones out there, and I think you should stay away from them. But it's not just based upon their skin color. It's based upon action. It's based upon individuals and what they choose to do throughout their life. It's based on experience, and it depends on how fucking stupid they choose to be and how stupid you choose to be when it comes to picking those goddamn friends. Ooh. I do love this gimmick of, oh, y'all don't make me feel safe. Oh, is this environment something safe that I should be around? Oh, is this something that my black friend would be safe going to? When at time of me recording this on...
Listen, if you have black friends that want to come, they're welcome. If you have Mexican friends that want to come, they're welcome. Make sure you check their green card status first. If you have any Nazi friends that want to come, I mean, as long as they don't keep, talk Nazi shit and stay racist. If you have a Jewish friend that wants to come, I need both of you to leave right now. Oh, see, the mind of a military man is completely different. I think y'all have noticed that, though. Then again, I'm not like most of the ones in the community.
Wednesday afternoon, I'm seeing videos of the black children holding other black children at gunpoint in bathtubs and in headlocks. And in my head, I'm thinking, maybe I wouldn't be so safe with black friends. Maybe a white person sees that and says, see, I can't be safe around black people in general. You see how this slippery slope tends to get slipperier and slipperier and slipperier, because no matter what you say about one group, the other group could pull up something to say, hey, here's what you guys are doing, and it doesn't really net any positive, inclusive conversation on how we could all get along. It just further proves that I have humanity fatigue, which is why I say to you, individual with those nice glasses, that you should shut the fuck up, and you should just find people who...
I remember when I was recruiting in Columbus, Georgia, I never wore a real uniform, thanks to my recruiting center commander, because, well, she liked me the whole time. I never had to wear a uniform, only maybe like 5 times. But what I would wear when I'd go out recruiting in the street, I would wear some 511 khaki pants, khaki 511s, typically an army polo, which they had to be tucked in, and my normal boots. So it literally looked like I'm rolling up into the hood because I had a fucking government vehicle with a government plate, like a federal fucking agent and shit, in black neighborhoods. It's crazy. I never got any issues.
Want to
See, we're
interact
going off
with,
in
whether they be
tangent today,
black
guys.
or white, because really nothing you laid out is exclusive to white people. Just like how when white people were spending at least 2 weeks talking about black fatigue, none of that was exclusive to black people. And I could already hear the one person in the corner who's saying, who statistically does it more? When everyone does it, I don't really give a fuck about statistics, because that just means the whole world is fucked and we're all doomed. Thanks for my TED Talk. But I want you all to remember that in this vast world of people who basically just run their life judging everybody based on race, if you are someone who has recognized the past and a lot of bad that was in the past, you don't need to stretch your neck to try to prove that you're not that. All you got to do is live your life as best you can. Don't touch nobody without consent. Don't kill nobody. Don't be in situations that might get you in a predicament. And yes, there will still be dumbasses who will sit there and say this thing and that thing and the third thing about you. But as long as you know the shape of your soul, that's just a hurt motherfucker who can't seem to heal because they want everybody on their knees sucking them off. And that is a true sad motherfucker. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Go hang out with your...
See? Y'all can be like, I'm not anti-veteran, I know a veteran. Jeff's a veteran. Actually, we are all veterans, remember? We had a tariff war.
I said...
Why did I pick this one? Oh, there's something that the fucking federal agent says that I want y'all to listen to. It's great. But this is, it's not Van. What is this dude's name? I can't remember his name right now, guys. Anyway, he's gonna take it from here, and then we're gonna join in.
Except right outside of Gavin Newsom's big presser. And the chaos that followed, Karen Bass absolutely loses it once she realizes what's happening. Plus, the street protest in LA that says the quiet part out loud, and finally, the crackdown's real receipts straight from President Trump. This isn't just a story about enforcement. It's a story about who actually runs the streets.
What the fuck is wrong with you? People working! Go arrest fucking criminals!
They are.
What the fuck are you doing? What about this type of work?
Right behind you, brother.
You guys are fucking cowards! All of you are fucking cowards!
Make way. Make a hole.
Well done, gentlemen. Well done.
Greg, Mr. Bovino from Fox 11. Can I get a quick comment?
Hey, what's going on here?
How you doing?
Hey,
What happened?
we're here making Los Angeles a safer place. Since we won't have politicians that'll do that, we do that ourselves. So that's what we're here today, as you can see. Already making it a safer place. We're glad to be here. Not going anywhere.
And the governor's inside right there.
I don't know where he's at.
He's about 100 feet behind us. Do you have any comment from him or anything?
Again,
any message?
We're making Los Angeles and California a safer place. We're going to continue to do that, and they can take that one to the bank and cash it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No, that's right. I mean, because right out the gate, Newsom is inside talking maps and politics, ICE is outside flipping the narrative.
And it's funny, why are they complaining when the governor's inside and there's federal agents outside? That's more protection, right? Right? Right.
The Patrol Sector Commander Gregory Bovino flat out saying, we're making Los Angeles safer since politicians won't do it. This wasn't just enforcement. It was a statement. They didn't hide it. They didn't downplay it. They put it right on Newsom's doorstep. And the reaction?
They're literally
immediate.
360 security. That's crazy. I wonder.
Cue Mayor Karen Bass, who walked straight into the press scum. Ready to play defense. I guess I said that wrong. She walked straight into a press scrum. Let's get into it.
Not believe that this just happened to be a coincidence.
There is no way this was a coincidence.
Fake outrage.
This was widely publicized that the governor and many of our other elected officials were having a press conference here to talk about redistricting, and they decided they were going to come and thumb their nose in front of the governor's face. Why would you do that? That is unbelievably disrespectful. It's a provocative act.
Oh,
They're talking about disorder in Los Angeles, and they are the source of the disorder in Los Angeles right now. This is just completely unacceptable. This is a administration, this is a Customs and Border Patrol that has gone amok. This absolutely has to stop. There was no danger here. There was no need to detain anyone here. And there was certainly no need.
Listen, the governor was inside the building. Why are you so upset that there was free security? Jesus Christ.
To have a provocative act right here where the governor is having a press conference.
Not believe that this just...
Source of the disorder? In Los Angeles? That's rich.
Yo, LA just
the same administration that presides
if you're in LA,
open air drug markets and crime waves now wants to label ICE a disturbance. Man, Bass isn't mad about how it happened. She's mad it happened in front of cameras. That's why she keeps hammering coincidence. Because if it's intentional, it's political checkmate. And it's, definitely just not politicians melting down. Hit the streets. And you see the echo chamber in real time.
Big commercial. Tu baby está sufriendo por lo que está pasando. Tu madre, tu mamá, te la echan para afuera.
Again, let me make this clear. I do not like illegal immigrants. And it's not why most white people, because I'm only a half white, it's nothing to do with racism. When a lot of people talk about it, they just assume. I've gone through the process. I've helped people go through the process. And it's not easy, guys. It's not. But it can happen. You just gotta stay persistent. Stay out of trouble. And do what the fuck you're supposed to do. Because in the end, you get that giant dollar bill with your picture on it. That's all that matters, right? Right. That's why. They're cheating the fucking system.
Lo siento, pero no comprende.
No Nintendo.
I mean, what? They will not silence us. We are strong. Is what the signs and quotes were saying. That's not a defense of citizenship. That's a declaration that the rules don't apply. The presence of Mexican flags at a protest against ICE says everything about what these allegiances.
Right. So we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna show you something. Get ready for this. And where'd it go? Did it not click? Yeah. We're gonna watch a preview for a movie. Keep getting a lot of references if you've never heard of it. Pretty sure most of us have heard of it. But me particularly, one of my most favorite actors in the entire world.
Welcome to the theater. For everyone's enjoyment, we'd like to remind you of the following rules. No talking. No smoking.
All right.
No littering.
Got you.
No red meat.
I'm sorry?
No freedom of religion.
Whoa.
And remember, all marriages must be approved by the Department of Health.
Oh.
Failure to obey these rules will
What up,
result in
Yeti?
immediate loss of citizenship and
Oh.
deportation to the island of Los Angeles.
Oh.
Enjoy the show.
Your rules are really beginning to annoy me.
We ran a psycho profile on him using a database of 5 million sociopathic personalities. He hit the bottom of the curve.
Catches on quick, doesn't she?
This town loves a winner.
We'll say we play a little Bangkok rules. Nobody draws until this hits the ground. You ready?
Draw.
Draw. You got a problem with that?
My bad. Wanted to see it because obviously when I think about it, I'm gonna look it up. Call me Snake.
Aggravated assault if no weapon is proven.
Shut up, Tatum.
Lowering the serious.
I don't know if I should be saying this on the internet, but as someone who lives in DC, people in DC do not really care that Trump deployed the National Guard. Most people are quiet or like,
What's up, girl?
Or literally like, thank God.
Basically come to some common sense about this whole DC thing. You know, across the nation, they need to do the exact same thing that they doing.
Just today, a young lady was shot over on 15th Street in Northeast DC. Does that seem like crime gone down? With all the things that are going on with our president, you know, sending the National Guards out, I don't have a problem with that personally.
Anybody that's watching this right now that live in DC don't have a problem with what Trump is doing. Nobody want to walk around DC with homeless people everywhere, carjackings everywhere, smell like weed. It's ghetto. It's the capital for crying out loud. Let me tell you something most people don't realize. Your personal information is being sold online right now. Your phone number, your address, your email, it's all out there. And you probably don't even, you guys know the data removal request to data I don't understand for the life of me why Democrats are so hell-bent on making everything Donald Trump does, which in my opinion is acting in good faith. They make everything he does a problem. And instead of them congratulating or supporting facts and truth and things that make this country better, they rather hate on him and look like complete nut jobs. What are you talking about, Brandon? I'm talking about this DC takeover thing. I want you to listen to Scott Jennings. And I'm going to play a clip of Scott Jennings. I'm going to play a clip of the naysaying media. And then I'm going to show you what the residents of DC is saying. I can put it on my life that anybody that's watching this right now that live in DC don't have a problem with what Trump is doing. Nobody want to walk around DC with homeless people everywhere, carjackings everywhere, smell like weed. It's ghetto.
What's wrong with that?
It's the Capitol, for crying out loud.
You're right.
You should be able to go and step in front of and look at the White House and the monuments and everything be cool without thugs and young people robbing people. Why do they push back on things that are benefiting America? This is how they continue to lose elections. Scott Jennings, tell us what you got.
Well, what about that idea? What about the idea that this is, even if one supports this effort, it's a Band-Aid, right? It's not like hiring 500 additional cops in D.C.
And I think they do have a staffing shortage in the D.C. Police Department. They need to fix that. I don't know what's authoritarian about putting some extra eyes and ears on the street, getting criminals off the street to keep people from being murdered and carjacked. Nobody in their right mind believes Washington, D.C. is safe. And to say the president's trying to help us keep people from getting murdered and carjacked and we have to stop this authoritarian push, it's just sort of ridiculous rhetoric. These Democrats don't know what to do with themselves. Every time Donald Trump tries to do something, they reflexively feel the need to oppose it without thinking through the political implications for themselves.
You think Democrats are taking the bait?
Well, I think they're acting like idiots here. The city is crime-ridden. I saw a guy get murdered in Union Station.
Buddy was telling me this morning that all this is pretty close timing to when Putin and Russia are going to meet. Or Putin and Trump are going to meet in Alaska. Almost like there's something that's going to happen that's going to piss off the world, I guess. And they got to protect the Capitol. Or they just know something's coming. Or it's preemptive. Or it really is just to curb the crime.
February at 4 in the afternoon. I saw the body hit the floor at the bottom of the escalator on the second floor. And so everybody who visits there, everybody who lives there knows it's a serious problem. You have extra eyes and ears. They've arrested criminals. They're getting illegal guns off the street. People feel safer. Tourists feel safer. What is the problem?
Margaret. Now, let's talk about this real quick. People that live in D.C. already know what it is. You can't find a genuine person in D.C. that say, Donald Trump is wrong for stopping crime. Donald Trump is wrong for getting these knuckleheads out the street. Donald Trump is wrong because I won't get carjacked today because the carjackers are going to jail. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying Donald Trump is wrong because the streets are safer. Not like no human being in the right mind believes that. Let me give you a couple statistical data points. Juvenile arrests are down 20% in 2025, but still
Chicago,
high violence. 200 violent charges.
Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and I think I talked about that the other day. Like, this has set us precedents that it could be a test. And the test technically already happened in Los Angeles.
50 carjackings. Like, there's 50 victims of carjacking. Carjacking is when somebody steals your vehicle by force. This is not
almost
you
like
in the house, you come out your car gone, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's like somebody uses force against you to take your vehicle. That is traumatic. And although some numbers have been trending down, why would there be carjackings in the capital city or the district where the president has the authority?
On the other hand, when it comes to D.C., I think D.C. should be under federal protection because it's the capital. You have hundreds of agents that were sitting behind desks for the FBI that now have to go do their jobs. Why can't they, they're already there if they haven't moved them already.
To take over the police or the National Guard and, I would say deploy the law the way it is supposed to be. The numbers and the short
Because it
staff
sets
that they have is not
precedent
applicable if the
for
president
martial
can
law.
do something about it. And that's what he's doing. Why wouldn't you want to live in D.C. where there's zero crime? Why couldn't it be like Dubai? Where in Dubai, there's not a lot of crime. Why? Because you're going to get towed up from the flow up. And then it says the youth now commit 21% of the shootings and homicides. I think this is the problem that people are seeing. Is like, but the youth, the next generation of young people are crazy and violent. It's getting out of control. All right, let's get to Al Sharptongue, because I don't want to bore you with too many statistical data points. Let's get to Al Sharptongue and listen to what the mayor has to say, which, why do we got to be the ones that's stupid? Now, it's a bunch of stupid white ones too, but why we got the mayor of D.C., why can't you have common
Well,
sense?
besides,
Why can't we
everybody's
put a
all
sister?
complaining about this Trump thing. By the what do they say, section 702, 740, whatever, he can only do it 30 days at a time. They don't know that. Forgot to mention that a couple of days ago when it started. It's only a 30-day exercise. We'll call it an exercise.
In there that's smart, a sister in there that's genuine, a sister in there that have common sense. Why we gotta have somebody here like this? They make us all look stupid. Roll the clip.
Than white residents and those with higher incomes. As they were last year, black women are among the most concerned.
What?
With 65% saying crime is a very or extremely serious issue, compared with 82% who said the same last year. Rev, I just bring this up just to say there are a lot of, I'll just say it, white progressives who you've talked about and I've talked about, who sometimes think they're trying to help certain segments of the society.
Dude, whenever I see Al Sharpton now, the way he looks right here, he looks like a fucking Jeff Dunham dummy.
No idea where they are. Well, right now in Washington, D.C., black women
Ahmed had
especially
skin.
are deeply concerned about crime in their city. And I think it would behoove the Democratic Party to figure out how to build a partnership with the president, with the mayor, to make Washington a more secure city for the 91% of Washington residents who are saying today that crime is a serious problem.
Well, it goes to the situation and problem that I've said to you and I have discussed before, that people are talking for people they're not talking to. There is a concern among many blacks, if not most, and many residents in Washington, D.C. about crime. We have an office of National Action Network there, so I'm familiar with it. I go in and out. I talk to the people that work for NAN there, led by a woman.
It's fucking insane. Like, look at him. Look at him. That's Ahmed. That's 100% him. Wow.
A black woman. But the question becomes how Trump is handling it.
Hold on. He was doing good. I ain't gonna spend too much time. He was doing good, right? I think the Morning Joe and them, they were doing good. They said the right things. I felt like Al Sharptongue, he decided to at least admit that black residents are saying the things that they quoted a minute ago, that most of them are concerned about crime. Many of them black women raising
You know,
their
it's
ones
funny
to commit the crimes.
or listen to these videos, because typically in the background I'm doing something else, and like I'll hear it but I won't look up, and then I'll watch it for the first time while I've already listened to it, and then I notice shit like that, like holy fuck. That's why sometimes I'll look surprised even though I've already reviewed it, because I don't watch it.
But people are genuinely concerned. Why can't you just let the main thing be the main thing, Rev? Now he got to say this. Roll the clip.
I think the problem is not that there's an argument about we need to deal with crime. Even though the data says it's going down, the perception and the reality is there. The question is, Donald Trump, the only convicted felon to ever sit in the White House, by the way, pardoned criminals who assaulted police, who threatened the life of the vice president, and did not reach out and try to meet with the mayor and local law enforcement and say, how do we work together to end crime? He just came in, said I'm taking over, and then announced I'm going to other cities, all of whom have black mayors, Los Angeles, Oakland, Chicago, New York. I'm going after all these cities, not one Republican city, not one white mayor. So for people to suspect him and his motives and the way he does it is the problem. I think what leadership there should do is what Mayor Bowser said. They're willing to sit down with the administration, and anyone else should, and say, let's deal with the problem. But don't become the problem, and don't tell us on one hand you can sit January 6th and watch people beat up cops while you're sitting in the White House doing nothing, and then come back 5 years later and say I'm taking over the city.
And Rev, as you have spoken,
all right, come on, let's debunk the myth, the mythology. We know that Nancy Pelosi, who had the authority at the time to deploy, decided not to. They refused to. How do we know this? It's because the day after January 6th, they deployed military personnel who was sleeping in parking garages and had stayed there overnight. They put up barricades and everything after the fact. So if the FBI and government officials had intel that Trump supporters were going to do this, and that's not everybody, half of the people just walking in and out of the thing, just being stupid. But if they knew, why didn't they set the national security, the National Guard up and set the fences up and stuff protecting the Capitol building the day that it happened? We know, people, because they wanted it to happen. They wanted Trump to look bad. They instigated some of it. Some of the instigators didn't go to jail. And they act like every cop was getting beat up by these people. It was a few conflicts that had happened, and those people deserved to go to jail. Many of them went to jail. But at some point, time served, okay? They're in there for 4 years,
if you're
5
in a
years.
hotel in a different fucking area, they put you in jail.
Some of them didn't even do nothing.
For insurrection.
They just walked in the building and walked out. So don't give me that bull shenanigan about, well, Donald Trump is doing the right thing, but we don't like the way he did it. Well, cry me a river, bro. It's like somebody, it's like if somebody made me $10 million in my company and I'm complaining about I don't like the way they did it, even though the way they did it was legal, who cares, bro? You made me $10 million. Let's talk on that point. Thank you for helping me make some money. I don't care if I don't like the way you did it. You helped me make some money. I don't care how you made the streets safe. Did you do it legally or you did it? Okay, the streets are safe. Let's keep it that way. Now let's listen to some black residents. And let's listen to what the black residents have to say. Because a lot of times they try to make it seem like all black people think like Al Sharpton and the mayor.
Yo, doesn't it look like it could be a Nazi flag behind him? I don't know what this part is, but you got the red, you got the white, and then you got the black swastika. Right? Can y'all see that? Or is it? No? All right.
All confused, and they don't know why Trump did it. And I think Al Sharpton made a good point when saying they're talking for people and not to people. Because when you talk to people, this is what you hear. Let's roll the clip. Let's talk to a couple people. Let's see what the black residents talking about. Roll the clip.
What's up, y'all? Check this out. Listen, to all my homies, man, everybody in DC, man, listen. I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but check this out. Man, they got the National Guards, they got DEA, the FBI, Park Police, Capitol Police, DC Police, all working together. Trump got these on a mission. So what I'm saying to y'all is now ain't the time in my city, in DC. I don't know about nobody else. He ain't do that nowhere else. But it's a state of emergency in my city. So all I'm saying to you is now ain't the time to be riding around with guns and drinking and smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Now ain't the time, bro. This ain't these next 30 days is gonna show a lot of shit for and that's because it's like this because the youngest keep tipping, bro. We can't go nowhere without them. We can't go nowhere without them doing it up. 9 or 10 of them, they robbing, shooting, and you know what I'm saying? Like my get tired of that.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
They get tired of that. Man. There's no points in it for that, man. Now this is where we come to a state of emergency. You hear me? DC is under emergency. The Metropolitan Police Department has lost its custody for 30 days. Now Trump about to get in here and start roughing shit off. Man, they already started. They done came through the yo 2 or 3 times already. They done pushed up on my man yesterday, wasn't doing nothing. Pushed up on him. They is not playing out here, man. So if you want to get a football number now, keep doing that dumb shit. Keep doing the shit that y'all doing, bro. Y'all making it, come on, bro. We gotta do better, man. And I'm not just saying it's for the YNs, bro. It's for my age, too. Listen, if you got certain motions, man, now with the curtail that shit a little bit, man, because if they catch you, they you over. It ain't nothing nobody else can do about it. I'm just being real, man. Y'all, man, stay up. Pay attention, man. Going on right now.
I like a little bit what he said. He's still stupid. If you go do drugs, just kind of slow down. Now stop doing crime.
Oh,
stop
relax.
doing drugs. Stop being a fool.
Relax. We
That's
know
it.
you love
That's
Israel.
it, bruh.
Stop yelling.
You want to live? You want to be free? Stop being a fool. Let's listen to the rest of them.
I don't know if I should be saying this on the internet, but as someone who lives in DC, people in DC do not really care that Trump deployed the National Guard. Most people are quiet or like, or are literally like, thank God. The only people I've seen outraged are people from other states. People in DC, quiet. I worked in a local election a few months ago. Mind you, this is a place that voted 90% for Kamala. And by far, the biggest issue for people was crime. People didn't care about anything else. People were going ham. I went to so many forums and people were like, what are you gonna do about these kids? Lock them up and throw away the key. My personal favorite was, if they wanna play with guns so much, send them to Afghanistan. A lot of you probably are sitting there thinking a few different things. Number one, you're probably thinking is, oh, this is what the problem with gentrifiers is, like white people move to a city and complain about crime. No, the district I was working on was a primarily black district, like 80%. And no, I cannot speak for all of DC, but the group I am noticing this with is not a monolith. And when I noticed this, I even helped some local politicians I know to make sure I wasn't tripping. I was like, wait, is it just me or does no one care? They're like, our constituents are happy. Mind you, like I was born and raised here. Like somebody was unalived on my front lawn when I was a child, and now the house is worth $1.4 million. And these are people who are just like that. Like these are residents who are tired. And don't mistake this video as me saying I'm for what he's doing. Again, everyone in my circle is extremely liberal. So a big thing I did on that political campaign was crime stats. And they were staggering, they were frightening. And I know MSNBC was fact-checking Trump, and they said that crime was down 30%. That is a little deceitful. Violent crime is down 30%. And they're only counting homicide as violent crime, and I've never seen anyone do that. Like, that is deceitful. And this is not me saying, like, oh, they are justified. But it's more so, like, the numbers are deceitful. Like, I'm not scared of getting shot. I'm scared of them taking away my jacket. Like, I have a Canada Goose from literally 2014, and my friend's like, nobody wants to steal your 2014 Canada Goose. I'm like, they will. What? But yeah, no. FBI data, which they're using, is broken down into violent crime and property crime. And they're like assault, battery, homicides, robberies, and one more, or like, I don't even know if robberies are violent crime. They are only including homicides. Nobody here is scared of getting shot. And the thing is, even if homicides are down, the fear of being like assaulted, robbed, carjacked is still in your mind daily when you go into DC. It doesn't matter. Like, I know in the election, a big thing people were saying, like in the local election, like, it doesn't matter if crime is down if people don't feel safe. And people don't feel safe in DC right now. And it's funny because the only people I actually have heard that they say that they feel safe is like white people who live in Navy Yard, which is like not a place you should feel safe. Fun fact, I had a friend get robbed twice in Navy Yard, on a Friday and then a Sunday. And when they robbed him on Sunday, they couldn't even take anything because he didn't have a phone or wallet yet. Another really interesting thing I've seen in like my sphere is that it's the black people talking about crime, not white people. And I think white people kind of understand like, oh, like if we talk about this, like we're in a gentrified space, like, but it is the black people talking about this, which is interesting because I think a lot of people from across the country wouldn't expect that. And when I mean talking about this,
mainstream media don't want you to tell that because they don't want to uplift black voices that go against their narrative. Hey.
Talking about how crime is out of control. The bottom line is people in DC do not feel safe. And anyone who tells you otherwise just isn't paying attention. Like any resident who's like, I feel safe, you shouldn't. And yes, even though crime is down, like this is another thing, like I've done a ton of data analysis, used to be a data analyst, went to MIT, like I'm good at math. Even if there's a drop in crime, if the crime was like out of control to begin with, like a drop doesn't really matter. Like you have to take it in context. Truly only my friends from other states who have been like outraged about it. People from DC have been silent where they're just like, Or people are like, thank God. Again, this is not me justifying how it's being done, but I'm saying that people from DC like don't actually mind what's happening. And that's why they're not being that loud about it, because they're tired. I know a couple years ago, a lot of my friends started saying like, I don't even drive into DC anymore. Like, I don't want to because they're going to bust my windows, which is like very possible. Like every time I come back to my car, I'm like, phew. Now people are like, I don't want to drive to DC because I'm going to get carjacked. And then we realized they're carjacking the Ubers too. And if this actually blows up, I don't want to hear anyone being like, awful take.
I don't know if it was
take.
DC, but I remember there was a video with two underage black girls, got into an Uber. They tried to kick him out, or he tried to kick them out. They tried to steal his car and crashed it, and he flew from the car. I'm pretty sure he died. And they were more worried about their cell phone.
It's not me saying I agree with it. This is me saying what is happening. And you could be like, oh, well, my friends care. Okay, good. People should care.
Now, I was trying to fact check what she was saying about violent crimes and different things like that. And this is what I was saying yesterday about the disingenuous nature of how these crimes are reported. Now, allegedly, carjackings are considered a violent crime. But carjackings, like for instance, people say crime is down. I was looking at these statistical data points, and every statistical data point that I'm seeing, whether it's genuine or disingenuous, is pretty much saying that crime is down. It says overall crime is down 7%. Now, do you think the average person is feeling a 7% drop in crime? No, a person is not feeling a 7% drop in crime. You don't feel the difference in crime if it's 7%. 7% is not a lot. And then you go down here, it says violent crimes specifically is down 26%. Now, this is where the problem happens, because violent crime is a lot of variables included in that, right? It says homicide is down 11%. That can be one shooting less this year than last year, or 2-3 shootings less this year than last year that involve multiple people who were killed, makes the crime rate go down a percentage. But the fact that 300 people, or how many other people that die every year, is insane, especially in a small city, especially because most people that are affected are people of color. The sex abuse is down 50%. Now, sex abuse is another one of those crime statistics that has a lot of variables to it. Because if people are getting abused but not reporting the abuse, that does not mean abuse isn't happening. That just means people are not reporting the abuse. So therefore, criminals are still committing the crime. They just don't statistically cover it. So I'm not saying that that's the case, but I'm saying you got to look at these things, and you look at the residents who are lamenting that crime is out of control, and you look at stats and you go, well, why doesn't the stats match what the public is saying? And that could be because the stats are not consistently representing what it should. Assault with a dangerous weapon is down 20%. Robbery is down 29%. Burglars are down 19%. Motor vehicle theft relatively flat.
And others that crime
to me that we would even argue this point. Let's go to some other residents that are saying the same thing. The crime is out of control here. Roll the clip.
Hear from city leaders and others that crime is actually down. Are you seeing that?
No, I'm not seeing it. We're seeing carjackings, the violence in the communities. So we were advocating then for the National Guard to come out, but they said there was no need. But think about how many lives could have been saved just having them on the scene.
And Asia says still to this day, she's not heard from one detective about those crimes committed against her family. Now, for Tempe Satcher, another D.C. resident, her son BJ was gunned down in a random drive-by shooting on the way to work 2 years ago, and she does not feel that crime has calmed down.
Just today, a young lady was shot over on 15th Street, Northeast DC.
Glasses, man.
Does that seem like crime gone down? With all the things that are going on with our president, sending the National Guards out, I don't have a problem with that personally, because if MPD can't do it and they need help, then I'm glad they're able to get the help.
Come on, y'all. We got another one. All right, let's go to the last gentleman. We played him on the other show, but I think what he said was pretty interesting. Roll the clip.
Man, down the city is quiet as a church mouse, yeah. I came all the way down Pennsylvania Avenue this morning. So peaceful, yeah. I don't smell no weed, yeah. I don't see no homeless people. I mean, I came all the way through the southeast side, all the way down here. You can see now I'm at the White House jump, man. It's quiet, yeah. It's a shame that it takes somebody to have to sit in your classroom in order for you to be in order, yeah. Because that's what it feels like, yeah. You got to be babysitter to do your job, yeah. Stuff been out of control for years. You got to do better, young. You got to do better, young. And mainly, young, you got the problems. It's us, man. It's always us giving everybody a bad name, young.
Yeah.
We'll see how long this lasts, young. How many murders was it last night? How many carjackings was it last night? Talk to me. And y'all keep on posting all these data numbers and things of that nature that y'all see everybody else reposting. The stuff that came from the Metropolitan Police Department and the mayor, young. Let me tell you something, young. Let me tell you something. You can't be that stupid. You can't be, man. Who enters that information to get that data analysis, young? People do. You can enter whatever numbers you want to make whatever report show what, but you can't hide the crime, young. You can't do it. Let me give you something to break it down to you for those that don't understand. I retired from UPS, right? So what they used to do to play with the numbers or whatever, we have mission packages, you'll have drivers over the hours. They'd go in and enter the information and the report would show whatever they needed to show to keep their bonus that week for their bosses not to fire their ass. So stop believing that stuff. And I don't know if you ever had to deal with the DC government, young, but they suck, young. They have got a lot more better now that the officers have did what they had to do and got all of these people out of the government and got rid of the riffraff and things of that nature. People actually do work now. Let me give you this for example, right? You got carry and conceals or whatever that were being issued by the DC
hear this. Check
separate
this out.
department that was handling the gun licensing and things of that nature. They went from turnaround time for like 4 months, 5 months for you to have to get a gun registered in DC and get a carry and conceal to 2 weeks. It used to take you 3 months just to get an appointment to talk to somebody and take your information and your gun down there. Now, you go online right now and they got appointments available tomorrow. How does that happen? What changed? You put some fire under their now they want to do some work.
All right, I looked up some stuff that I think is
one of the things I used to do when I was still in the Army. I'd be like, all right, I give them a task, and I'll let them do it. They get it because they're young. I'll give them a chance to show me what they got. I'll let him mess up. I'll tell him how to fix it. He messes up again. I take over and I show him how to fix it. And after that, they should learn. They should learn. You think the DC Metro... it's not even the DC Metro Police Department. It's the Democrats in Washington that seem to be upset about this. And some of them don't even live there. Like, what's that motherfucker from the Bronx? The fake Obama. Hakeem Jeffries. Let's talk about racism. I'm done talking about Hakeem Jeffries.
This is strange. When people get power, they usually do this. Are y'all familiar with the country of Liberia?
Mm-hmm.
Liberia is a very interesting country. Liberia was formed by the American Colonization Society. American Colonization Society. Started in 1822. And between 1822 and 1867, they had transported 13,000 black Americans to Liberia. This American Colonization Society believed.
Wait a minute. So they took black Americans in the 1860s and sent them to Liberia? Isn't that the exact opposite? Were they doing it reverse?
That black people would not make it in America, that white people will always be racist against them, and that they would have a better chance of making it in Africa. So they bought some land in Africa and started sending black people to Africa, and these black people formed a country called Liberia. If you look at the flag from the country of Liberia. It looks just like the American flag with one star. The capital of the country is called Monrovia. It's named after the president, James Monroe. James Monroe was our 4th president of the United States. You had George Washington, you had John Adams, you had Thomas Jefferson, then you had James Madison, then you had James Monroe. After him, you had John Adams, and then you had Andrew Jackson, then you had Martin Van Buren, and then you had William Henry Harrison, then you had John Tyler, and then you had James K. Polk, you had Zachary Taylor, Millard Fillmore. We can go on down the line. Franklin Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Andrew Johnson, Ulysses S. Grant, Rutherford B. Hayes, and Garfield, and on and on. So, Liberia comes about.
Right.
The black people go to Liberia. Black Americans.
What year was that again?
American culture. Well, they have American culture. They have American language. They have American religion. And soon as they get to Liberia, you know what they start doing? They start discriminating against the Africans in Liberia.
Whoa.
Just like the white folks were discriminating against black people in America, they started doing the same thing to the Africans. Now here it is. The Americo-Liberian settlers did not relate well to the indigenous people they encountered, especially those in communities of more isolated the bush area. The colonial settlements were raided by the Kru, K-R-U, and the Grebo, G-R-E-B-O, Grebo or Grebo, G-R-E-B-O, from their inland chiefdoms. Encounters with tribal Africans in the bush often became violent, believing themselves different from and culturally and educationally superior to the indigenous people. Listen again. Believing themselves to be different from and culturally and educationally superior to
Sounds familiar.
the indigenous people, the Americo-Liberians, and that's what they call themselves, Americo-Liberians, developed an elite minority that created and held on to political power. Sound like apartheid, don't it? Sound like South Carolina and Mississippi in the South after the Civil War. The Americo-Liberian settlers adopted clothing such as hoop skirts and tailcoats, and generally viewed themselves as culturally and socially superior to indigenous Africans. Indigenous tribesmen did not enjoy birthright citizenship in their own land until 1904. So, black folks left America, took American ways into Africa, and treated Africans the exact same way as white people treated them in America. As I told you before, people are not treated badly because of the color of their skin or because of their race. They are treated badly because they're weak. They're oppressed and they're victimized because they are weak. You must fight against weakness because, dog, you ain't going to change the color of your skin. That's not going to happen.
Michael Jackson
But
did.
if you find a white person that's weak, a bully is going to mistreat them.
Yep.
If you find an Asian person that's weak, a bully is going to mistreat them.
Oh, yeah.
If you find yourself a black person that's weak, a bully is going to mistreat them. But didn't nobody mess with Bruce Lee, did they?
Chuck Norris did and he lost.
Bruce Lee would beat the hell out of anybody. Talk about that tall. It didn't play. Oh, man. If you're strong, you run stuff. If you're weak, you don't. Jack Johnson was knocking out white men in 1909, running around with white women. Nobody bothered Jack Johnson. He died in a car wreck. Talk more trash. You think Ali talk trash. Jack Johnson walked around with gold teeth in his mouth. He'd walk into a ring with 100,000 white folks hollering, kill the N-word, and Jack Johnson go in and knock the white man out and then walk out with a white woman and when nobody put their hands on him. He knocked out the Great White Hope in Reno, Nevada back in, I think it was 1909. Jim Jeffries. Just beat him like a dog.
They say I'm controversial. They say that I'm bold, but I wasn't nothing like Jack Johnson.
Listen, in 1908, you got lynched for looking at white women, reckless eyeballing. He married 3 of them. Wow. I don't put myself in the league of Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson's fighting in the ring, and there's 75,000 people saying, I'm going to kill you. if you heard them.
Reno, Nevada, July 4th, 1910. 20,000 hearts beat under the scorching desert sun. White America has found its champion. Jim Jeffries, the great
White America,
summoned from retirement for one purpose: to put a black man in his place. And what a better way to do it than America's founding day. But Jack Johnson's smile says what words cannot. The heavyweight champion of the world fears no man, and today, he'll prove it. 2 men, 1 ring, a nation holding its breath.
Look at those gloves,
but
man.
Johnson's reign as champion wasn't just about boxing. It was about how he lived his life outside the ring. A life that deliberately challenged the racial codes of Jim Crow America. While white America searched for a champion to defeat him, Johnson sparked even greater
if
outrage.
they ever made a movie, they could use Bobby Lashley as Jack Johnson.
Personal life. He openly dated white women, most notably Belle Schreiber, a former prostitute from Milwaukee. The newspapers of the day were merciless. The Chicago Tribune branded him a defiler of white womanhood. The New York Times consistently referred to his relationships as scandalous and offensive to white sensibilities. But it was his relationship with Etta Duryea, a Brooklyn socialite, that caused the greatest uproar.
How so?
When they married in 1910, headlines across America screamed in protest. The Pittsburgh Gazette wrote, "Johnson's marriage to white woman, complete defiance of racial barriers." In major cities, white citizens held protests denouncing Johnson's lifestyle. In Norfolk, Virginia, a group of ministers petitioned Congress to ban interracial marriages nationwide. In Atlanta, religious leaders called for boycotts of Johnson's fights. The champion's response was typically defiant. He bought faster cars, wore more expensive suits, and smiled that gold-toothed smile even broader. The racial tension exploded after each of Johnson's victories. When he defeated Stanley Ketchum in 1909, riots broke out in New York and Philadelphia. White mobs attacked black neighborhoods, burning homes and businesses. In Houston, 3 black men were killed for celebrating Johnson's victory too publicly. In New Orleans, police had to break up crowds of white men hunting for black citizens who dared to show pride in Johnson's success. Yet Johnson refused to play the role of the humble black champion. He drove purple cars, wore elegant suits, and frequented Chicago's finest restaurants, often with a white woman on his arm. When refused service, he would simply buy the establishment. The Chicago Defender reported
Elon
that he
Musk type
purchased an
shit.
entire restaurant just to be served a cup of coffee. This was the atmosphere in which Jim Jeffries emerged from retirement. The former champion was fighting to restore what many white Americans saw as the natural order. Newspapers painted Jeffries as a savior. As fight day approached, the tension reached a fever pitch. Special trains arrived in Reno packed with spectators, many carrying signs reading "Save the White Race" and "Kill the Golden Smile." Johnson, meanwhile, continued to smile, driving around Reno in his flashy car with his white wife, seemingly oblivious to the hatred swirling around him. And while we want to show pictures of this, unfortunately, most of the newspapers or pictures of that time have been heavily censored. Just another part of an effort to hide and erase Jack Johnson's incredible black legacy.
Made close to $100,000, put it in a suitcase, walked out with his white woman, went back to Chicago, gave him a parade. And no white man ever put his hands on Jack Johnson, not unless he was in a boxing ring. You know what? Because Jack Johnson was not weak. All right, friends. Vince Everett Ellison is here.
Shut up, Wilson. Vince, sorry. All right.
Get off the sidewalk! Get off!
Now it's my favorite time of the week. Oops, let's go back to the news real quick.
Yes, it was just reported that
we're going to
famous
talk about my favorite time of the week, and it's street interviews. We've got James Klug and everyone's favorite gun girl. But before that, I have a news update for you that,
Yes, it was just reported that famous celebrity cartoon actor Speedy Gonzalez was arrested early this morning by U.S. immigration officers. According to the report, Gonzalez was seen trying to elude the ICE officers' trap by running extremely fast while yelling in broken English. Also arrested with Speedy was his cousin Slowpoke Rodriguez, better known as the slowest mouse in all Mexico.
Senor Slowpoke, you will be good with the chili peppers. Say something I forgot to tell. That's what I wanted to tell you. Slowpoke Rodriguez. He packed a gun.
With both mice expected to remain in ICE custody pending their removal proceedings.
Please get off the
There we go.
sidewalk.
There we go. I hope you all enjoyed that quick news update. Speedy Gonzalez is going to be deported. As long as his cousin as well. Have you seen them? There could be a reward. If you want a $50 million reward, go find the president of Venezuela, who, by the way, actually lost the election a few years ago, but decided, you know what? Nah. I'm staying in power. Hence, the reward. I don't think anybody's going to cash it in, but still. So let's go to Florida. I believe this is Florida. Some lovely weather. And, this protest makes me feel like they're the racist ones. So let's get to this. Take it away, Caitlin Bennett.
Get off the sidewalk.
Ma'am, you're sitting on the sidewalk.
Yeah, because I'm allowed to.
I'm a lesbian, and
I can tell.
as soon as they finish up with the brown people, the yellow people, they're going to hit the gay people.
Did that bitch say the yellow people? What the fuck?
Too.
And I know that millions of children have died from hunger as a result of what happened with USAID.
Millions of children have died?
Millions of
Oh,
children.
wow.
Where did you get that number?
I watch the news all the time.
Which news broadcaster said that?
I watch MSNBC.
Would you like to sign a thank you card to ICE today?
No.
No?
No.
St. Pete at a rally against Doge doing audits in the state of Florida, and there's a big whopping 25 people here. I'm so proud of them. Everybody hit that like button to show your support. They rallied 25 people. I'm the highlight of their time here, let's be honest. So let's see what they have to say.
Watch what they do, not what they say. Watch what they do.
Pretty cat.
Not what they say. Watch what they do, not what they say. Watch what they do, not what they say.
Right? I can dance.
What they do, not what they say. Watch what they do, not what they say. Watch what they do, not what they say. Watch what they do, not what they say.
Wait, he just got arrested?
Not what they say.
Did
Thanks
you just
to
try
you
to
guys
come to the
always
United
supporting
States
our channel
illegally?
and donating to me at patreon.com/Caitlin Bennett and hitting that notification bell and watching every single one of our videos. You're going to have a lovely quality video today because we upgraded our camera equipment. So thank you guys for that. Just wanted to give you a shout out there. Today we are in St. Petersburg. The Florida Doge is actually auditing the city, and they are in City Hall right now doing that audit. And there are some protesters. Not many, but there are some. So let's go see if we can chat with them and see what we can get, because there's not very many over there. Okay, let's go. You're the first person we talked to today. We're in St. Petersburg. What's going on inside City Hall?
Actually, I think the insurance commissioner was there earlier today, and we're protesting about all the Dodge people who are here to audit Pinellas County.
Hold on.
Protesting about all the Dodge people who are here to audit.
What does she have against an automaker? She's protesting an American automaker? What did Dodge do to her?
Pinellas County, we don't need it here. We don't want them here. We're also protesting everything that's going on in this country, including the use of our money to weaponize and militarize our people against our own people.
Huh?
So yes, we're protesting about everything that there is to protest today of what's going on in this country, especially
getting
here
off
in
easily
Florida.
protesting that.
You know, we're next.
Hope so.
So I'm a lesbian, and you know, as soon as they finish up with the brown people, the yellow people, they're going to hit the gay people too. We're all in this together.
Oh.
We have to fight for our
At
rights.
least I'm above gay people. Okay? Alright? I can say, at least I have more precedence than gay people. Let's continue.
We need to fight for everybody and each other.
This is a right-wing
That's what I thought.
Why would you assume I'm right wing?
Because, you know, for me as a Christian, you feed the poor and you heal
Why
the
would you
sick.
assume I'm right wing?
Because you feed the poor and you heal the sick. And what they're doing in this building is they're
Why would
taking
you
money
assume
away
that I'm
from
right
the
wing?
poor.
Is it because
They're taking
I'm
money
noticeably
away.
different looking than all the people here?
What you're doing is you're claiming the name of Christ and you're taking money from away from poor people who need it and medicine from sick people who need it. And if you wonder why people are leaving the churches, it's because of the hatred,
people like
and
you.
the division, and the sarcasm we see coming out of the religious right.
We like DEI. Okay, if you're not afraid, you're not paying attention.
Yo, I'm glad he said the religious right. I don't have to worry about anything he just said. I'm not religious right. Woo!
What are some things that we should be afraid of?
Yeah, good question. Oh my god. Isn't she from a cartoon? She's like a fucking green little blob teacher. God damn it. Is it SpongeBob? Yo, what are you looking at? She's looking two different directions.
Please get off the sidewalk. Get off the sidewalk.
Ma'am, you're sitting on the sidewalk.
Yeah, because I'm allowed to.
Oh.
She's allowed to sit on the sidewalk, but I'm allowed to stand on the sidewalk. I'm just wondering, my audience might not know what's going on. What are some things we should be afraid of with this audit?
The state is trying to take over our city government.
Okay.
By the way, who the hell are you?
Oh.
My name's Caitlin.
And you're... Okay, that says...
Oh, just don't touch my stuff. I'll show you.
Hangout.
Yeah, it's just a YouTube channel. I'm not the news. I'm not the TV or anything. So what is going? What are they targeting?
I'm aware of the types of groups that use the word liberty these days, like Moms for Liberty. Yeah.
What is Moms for Liberty? I've never heard of that.
They're right-wing crazy people who have been active in school.
Oh, so like homeschooling initiatives, maybe?
Some of that, I'm sure, but mostly they've been trying to take over our public schools boards.
Okay. So, when you hear liberty and you associate that with the right wing, why is that?
Because you guys are really good at naming things.
Okay.
What?
Do you ever want to use the word liberty with anything that you do?
No.
Okay. That's very telling. Thank you for being honest. All right, let's count the people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
What a fucking
We're not even breaking 25. Are there more people coming? What is this? Republican Jesus, thou shalt not care. If you could say something to Christians watching this, what warning would you give them?
I'm not interested in talking to you. I've seen you before, so I know
thank
that you're
you.
not exactly who you say you are.
Who do I say I am?
Lady, you're trying to cause trouble. Don't you?
I'm not. My name is Caitlin Bennett. I have a YouTube channel. I don't know who she thinks that I say that I am. Well, she might be talking about Jenna. I'm not Jenna today. Today, I'm Caitlin Bennett, and I have a YouTube channel. I am a Trump supporter. I do agree with the audit that's going inside. And so I'm just talking to people here today about why it is you're against it.
I've seen what Doge did in Washington to our country and to other nations in this world. And I know that millions of children have died from hunger as a result of what happened with USAID.
Millions of children have died?
Millions of children.
Listen, guys. Millions of children have died. Millions from cutting USAID funds. Millions. How terrible that is. I'm so glad she's sharing this information with us. I am curious, though, however, where did she get her information?
Children.
Where did you get that number?
I watch the news all the time.
Yeah, okay. She watches it. Bro. Men in Black. Men in Black, when the dude fucking, the alien lands, he eats the fucking dude, takes his skin, and how the skin just sliming off of him until he had to fucking tighten the skin. Yeah, y'all see that? Even with the mouth like, no? I forgot what she was about to say, so we're gonna have to rewind.
Millions of children.
Where did you get that number?
I watch the news all the time.
Which news broadcaster said that?
I watch MSNBC all the time if you want to know what side I'm on.
No, I know what side.
Oh. She got it from MSNBC. What's up, Donovan? Oh. I really don't know if I believe that source.
You're on, that's fine. But what sources gave you the information, I guess gave MSNBC the information that millions of children died because of Doge cutting back from U.S. aid?
I've got a brain God gave me, and I appreciate that.
Oh.
And I think when I watch them cut off food supplies, just at the drop of a hat for no reason, and we stop helping other countries,
okay,
people die as a result. It's just...
And millions of children?
Well, I mean, she's
How
on
many
the
children are
doorway
not
out.
getting fed, and they don't last long if they're not getting fed.
So when you say when they're finished up with the brown people, can
well,
you go...
they're rounding up people that are so-called criminals. Right. So they have quotas that they have to meet. So, okay, after they finish rounding up the people that they can clearly see from their color of their skin, now they're going to go for people who they assume might be gay or they know might be gay.
Yo, you totally skipped over. I want to know about the yellow people that you were talking about. Would you care to explain the yellow people that you were talking about earlier? I would like to know. What do you mean by yellow? Huh? Huh?
So
you think they're just rounding up any brown person?
Yes, they're rounding up anybody they can. It doesn't matter if you're if you're a U.S. citizen.
I mean,
doesn't matter.
I went through Nashville the other day, and guess what? They didn't round me up, and that's a sanctuary city with the feds already in it. They didn't round me up. Maybe it's because the beard is all white, and they're like, you know what? Gandalf will be pretty pissed off. I'm going to leave him alone.
They're going to take you because they have a quota to meet. So
of like a certain number of brown people?
A certain number of any kind of person they perceive as an immigrant, regardless of whether or not they're a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
So brown, black, yellow, green, it could be any color.
Whoa.
But as long as they say,
whoa. She's talking about lizard people, guys. They're coming for the green lizard people. But again, I'm above the gays on this list of priorities, and I'm above the lizard people in this list of priority people to get rid of. Okay, I'm still winning.
That person isn't a white person in the United States, so they must be an immigrant. So we have to go after them. Yes, I truly believe that's what's going on in this country.
I heard you say there's another one tomorrow. All right, you're working 2 days in a row. You get that grind, girl. She's on it. She wants that dough. She's working 2 days in a row. There's another one of these tomorrow. That's awesome. Good for her. With that being said, if you like the work that we do here, you want to be part of Liberty Hanger and you support what we're doing on .com/have a good time a little bit more. I actually brought something if the people here today wanted to participate a little bit more. It's a thank you note to ICE. I just wanted to send this to ICE. Say thank you for keeping the USA safe. And these are some of the people in Houston that they deported. I have a thank you card here. We're actually signing to say thank you to ICE for deporting these people.
This is elderly.
Would you like to sign a thank you card to ICE today?
No.
No?
No.
Well, Milton was convicted of sexual assault of a child, and ICE removed them. That's a good thing, right?
No.
That's not good?
I don't know what you said.
Milton.
I can't hear it.
Milton was convicted of sexual indecency with a minor.
What they do.
I can't hear what you're saying.
What they say.
She's choosing literally to ignore
Not what they say.
that Milton sexually abused a child and ICE deported them and says, no, that's not good.
What you say, that's not fair.
You really can't hear me.
You're lying.
You can't hear me?
How can I?
Come over here. Come over here.
I don't want to talk to you.
Not what
Do you want
they
to sign
say.
our thank you card?
Watch what they do, not what they
Wait,
say.
well, we watched what these guys did, and it was really, really disgusting stuff. I think it's good that these people are out of the country, and I wondered if you guys would sign a
What
thank you
about the
note.
white men and boys who have committed massive crimes? How about them?
Yeah, do you have a thank you card for putting them away? I'll sign it.
Yeah.
No. I'd sign that thank you card.
Oh.
Would you like to sign mine?
No.
Oh.
Why not? You aren't glad these people are out of our country?
I'm not signing a thank you card to ICE.
But they got these people out of our country. For example, Jonathan was convicted of unlawful
First, I
possession
have
of a
to believe
firearm.
you.
You guys hate guns and you love gun control. He was possession of an unlawful firearm. That's not good.
That's what you're saying.
No, this is straight from government documents from Houston. These are police reports.
Great.
Isn't it good that these criminals were deported? You could sign this thank you note.
I'm not signing it.
Why wouldn't you thank ICE for getting these people out of our country?
Because I'm not sure they did everything right. For all I know, they walked in, grabbed these guys from the dinner table, and threw them on a plane to God knows where.
So you're a Christian, right?
Yes.
Okay. So your shirt
First of all, they don't put them on they don't rip them out of their homes and put them on a plane to God knows where. They send them to Alligator Alcatraz, okay? And some of these other concentration camps so they can be processed and given their plane ticket home.
is about trans people, right? You have the trans flag.
It is, and no, you guys are going.
Well, I'm just wondering.
Okay.
I'm just wondering.
Jesus, all right, Jesus.
Jesus also makes people perfectly in their mother's womb from the moment of conception. And you're wearing the flag that confuses people and tells boys that they were born in the wrong body and that they're actually
see the
little
back
girls.
of his shirt.
Is that very Christian?
Well, children are made in the womb all sorts of ways.
I said, is he the bodyguard?
Yes, he is, so don't touch him.
Oh, okay. Too late.
Well, stop touching him.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved wretches like you and me.
Wretches?
I once was lost, but now am found.
I don't know
Was
about
blind, but now I see.
Hey, I
love
don't
God
believe that either.
and love others like yourself.
Do you think God makes mistakes when he creates children in their mother's womb?
I'm not playing into this.
Do you think God makes mistakes and he makes little boys actually turn into little girls?
I'm not going down this rabbit hole.
Because
Why not?
you can't defend it.
Because you'll chop up what I'm saying.
You just say it and we'll put it out there. Defend it, that God makes mistakes in the womb and that when he makes someone a little boy, that they can later say, I was born in the wrong body. Do you really think God is putting people in the wrong body?
Love others as you love yourself, and especially...
That's not what Jesus says.
and
Jesus says, love
especially-
others as I have loved you.
Especially love those on the fringes, the sheep and the goats. And for me, as a straight white male, people on the fringes...
Hold on.
Fringes are the fringes.
It says, love others as I have loved you.
Especially love those on the fringes, the sheep and the goats.
He wants you to love. He said it. The sheep and the goats. Bro. No. No. That's just wrong. And you should probably go to jail for showing love to the sheep and the goats. This isn't fucking Afghanistan, bro. Alright? You sick motherfucker. Wait. And then he says he's a straight male?
And for me, as a straight white male, people on the fringes are the poor people.
No, not touching it.
People that the folks in this building are cutting the funds for, and they're people who are being rejected by mainstream society.
Yeah! Thank you!
But you claim that millions of children died. So I was just wondering where...
I haven't counted each and every one.
Okay.
You do?
I was just wondering where you heard that number from, because if that's true, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Yeah. So where's that number come from?
Who cut off the funding for AIDS medicine for all the children? They don't last very long after.
Give me a minute. Oh yeah, you're gonna get plenty of cuts now.
AIDS medicine?
Where's that number come from?
Who cut off the funding for AIDS medicine for all the children? They don't last.
They cut off all the AIDS funding for children? That's... No! They cut off all the AIDS whatever the fucking preventive medications for an entire country. For the men. Because they apparently can't wrap their shit up. And, yeah, they need the U.S. telling them, hey, don't get AIDS. But if you get AIDS, we're going to take care of you. Not anymore. This medicine wasn't for kids, you stupid bitch.
Very long after that.
Okay.
The first.
So you're just assuming that millions of children died.
Like I say, God gave me a brain. He told me to use it.
Yeah, obviously it doesn't work.
Do you think that's a little bit dangerous and disingenuous to just tell me and just claim that Trump... Probably. Thank you for admitting it. I appreciate that.
Don't answer.
Are you a Catholic by chance? No, you're a Methodist. You go to Allendale United Methodist Church. Oh, okay, this is interesting.
What?
This is a shirt from his church, Allendale United Methodist Church. That's actually a church's shirt right there with the trans flag on it. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Actually, there was also a church, a Methodist church here in Tampa that kicked Adam Francisco out of their Immigrants Are Under Attack meeting. And they have a whole bunch of LGBTQ plus stuff up there too. So it's funny that she carries around a sign, a blasphemous sign, mocking Jesus and what he's said to us. But there's people here that are literally taking his teachings and
misquoting it,
lying about them. So that's very interesting. Did you hear about just a couple weeks ago in Houston, they actually did, they looked at all the stats and they've arrested about 350 illegal aliens there. And between all of them, there were thousands of violent criminal convictions, including a lot of stuff, which I can't say right here because I don't want this video demonetized, but violent offenses, sexual offenses toward children and women, and sex trafficking and human trafficking. They got 350 people out of Houston. Would you say that's a good thing?
How do we really know that those people are violent criminals? I can't trust what the government is telling us anymore.
Yeah, well, they know because they have been convicted of it and they were deported or they were in jail and released and they came back into the country, so they have a record of having these crimes.
That is true. Okay, but I still don't think that we need to round up people, especially wearing masks and whatever, to go to that extreme. I think if you're an illegal alien here, you have certain rights.
No, you don't.
If you're a criminal, you still don't get to go deported to El Salvador. I don't think any of that is correct. I think we have
what should we do with what kind
of
of rights do illegal aliens have in our country?
They have human rights, just like anybody else. I want to see due process. It's not that I'm against law and order. It's not like I'm against people who are here illegally. They should be deported. Okay. But quite frankly, deported in the way that we have.
She is racist because I've never heard anybody say, them yellows. I mean, I used to say it as a joke. And people used to say it to me as a joke because we weren't weak bitches. We might have been racist, but we were racist against everybody. Pretty much. But, come on, lady. This is 2025. We're not yellers. Alright? We ain't yeller.
That is a process, not for people to round them up and have them attacked in their cars and pulled out of their cars that way.
Isn't it good that these criminals were deported? You could sign this thank you note.
I'm not signing it.
Why not?
Why wouldn't you thank ICE for getting these people out of our country?
Because I'm not sure they did everything right. For all I know, they walked in, grabbed these guys from the dinner table, and threw them on a plane to God knows where.
They're rapists.
Jose illegally entered the U.S. 4 times, has been convicted of sexual indecency with a minor.
So you can cherry pick all the examples you want, but I'm still
That's not cherry picking.
Yes, it is.
There was 356 illegal people, illegal aliens, gang members were arrested in Houston, and they deported them with serious, disgusting crimes. Out of all of them, out of all the people that they arrested, all 356 people, they illegally entered the U.S. a total combined of 1,434 times. And they have been convicted of 1,685 criminal offenses.
Didn't do the damn paperwork.
I also like this sign right here. Did you draw that? Headed for a fall. Wait, what does that mean?
Whoa.
That's about Trump falling off of a wall?
Say something,
yes?
Grandma.
I can see you nodding your head. What exactly does that mean?
Who gave you that
he's headed to be hurt, like physically?
How much are they paying you?
That's wild. That's a wild one. Okay, this one says, citizen action against Doge racism. How is Doge racist?
Dodge.
How is a simple government audit racist? Can you explain how it's racist? They just hold up these signs with these very bold claims.
I'd actually like
but
to know
they don't
how
back them
Doge
up
is
at all.
racist.
How is an audit racist? Do you think due process is they go before, they get detained because they are illegal and then they go before a judge and they get, that is what's happening.
No, that is not what's happening. They're going in front of a judge, like, rubber stamping it and sending them out to wherever.
Okay.
Africa, El Salvador, whatever.
Okay. All right.
Countries that they don't even belong to. They're not even citizens of. Oh. And I think that's wrong. I
they
think
don't belong here.
We have a responsibility to handle this in the way that we, in our country, have rules and laws. Those are the rules.
If you come here from another country illegally and you don't want to go back to your own country, we're helping you. We're relocating you. All right? Because you came here illegally, we're going to send you to a country that will take you. They'll welcome you with arms wide open. Like the Creed song. With arms wide open. Oh no, I can't do that. With arms wide open. No, I can't. I'm not in the mood for that right now.
Laws we should adhere to.
Should the people coming illegally adhere to our laws about not coming in the country unvetted?
Correct. I mean, we do have a process, and that is the way that we have in this country. We've always had, and people who are here illegally,
right?
I'm sorry, but there is a process, and this is the way that you have to handle it. You can't just have people crossing the border because they want to.
Well, Trump, because of his efforts with the border and the revamping of ICE, for 2 months now, there have been 0 border crossings that have resulted in the illegal alien being released back into the United States. There's been 0, which just last year at this same point.
That? I don't believe that. And number one,
but you believe everything.
You think people still are coming over and being released?
Let's go back.
Okay.
This isn't Trump. Okay. I mean, this is Trump. What he's doing. The United States government, bipartisan, had an immigration bill that was incredibly tough. Kamala Harris supported it, as did other Republicans. If that bill...
No. That was part of the bill. There was other shit in the bill that they voted against. Tell the whole story.
had been passed instead of stopped because Trump wanted to have credit for it, then we would have had tough immigration laws.
How is Doge ruining our government?
You don't know?
Well, I'm here to get your voices.
They fired tens of thousands of people who were doing a job to help us Americans have a better life.
What job did they fire people from?
Well, they fired them from all different departments. Education.
Watch out for this lady.
Yeah, all different departments. In fact, probably every.
Not what they do, not what they say. Watch what they say. Not what they say.
Watch what they say.
I literally have no words when they do. She almost ran her straight into. I thought she was going to throw her away for a second. So it's interesting. Whenever I find someone who actually wants to talk with me and actually can articulate their beliefs and wants to share them with you guys, not even share them with me, but share them with you guys, they literally grab them, almost yank them into trash cans and pull them away so they have no chance to share their opinions. Is that because there's people specifically trained with talking points? Those are the only ones allowed to talk? Or why aren't people allowed to talk at these things?
Because you're against us.
Huh?
But isn't that okay?
Yes, but I'm not interested in talking to you.
You just talk to me.
No.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm a good foot taller than you. Don't do that.
Look up that Pope and see what he says about immigration.
So Justin's wearing a Pope Leo shirt for reference, guys.
He is,
what
man.
what does that have to do with Pope Leo and my husband?
All of them are.
He's not Pope Leo.
I think there's like 25 of them out there, and there's only like 5 people that are actually trying to actively stop her from talking to other people.
Not what they say.
Are you one of the verified people that's allowed to speak to me?
Watch what they say.
No. So only verified people are allowed to talk to me?
Remember that when I show you the next video. Remember what she just said. Verified.
I don't know.
You don't know? Would you like to say what you're here for today?
They do. Watch what they say.
Your flag is in your shoes.
Sorry about that.
What's the worst thing about Trump supporters?
Not what they say. Watch what they do.
I'm a Trump supporter. I'm a Trump supporter.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Yeah, I look a little different than you guys. What's the worst thing about my fellow Trump?
You
Yeah,
are
we'd rather
definitely
see you
dressed
in a
better.
dress than any
But
of
that's
them
about all I'll
probably.
give you.
I'm dressed better than you guys?
Today? Yes.
Does that make me stand out as I might not be on your side?
No, your name does. Your group name does.
Oh my
It's my
god.
YouTube channel. It's called Liberty Hangout. So this woman just keeps going on about how I don't really fit in here because I'm dressed better than the rest of them, and I have something. I'm holding something with the name, with the word Liberty on it, and so that makes me stand out as someone that's against them. Oh, Freudian slip. You'll love it. Last question. What's the worst thing about conservatives?
There's nothing bad about conservatives.
Well, okay, fair.
So it's not conservatives, it's people who are MAGA and they believe that it's okay to stomp all over rights and laws and to do whatever.
What's the worst thing about Trump supporters?
Yeah.
That they have no empathy and no love for people, and that they just want to see people hurt. I think that's the worst thing. Conservatives, we live in a country where we have extreme people on both sides as well as people in the middle. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I could
What do you think?
I could totally see the empathy thing because, well, I have a case of sometimes where I don't really care. Kind of like numb, when it comes to certain shit. So if it seems like I'm feeling cold, especially when you have somebody that's sick or dying, I will tell you, I'm sorry, but it's about it. I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure if my parents, somebody said, "Hey, your dad or your mom died," I'm like, well, that's life. That's life. I hate them. I hate them. They stink. You like that? Yeah? Huh? All right, let's get back on topic.
guy? Is he going to get deported?
You know, there's a chance.
What is going on, everyone? James Klug here. Today we are in Huntington Beach, California at an
Y'all get ready for some fun. Remember, are you one of the qualified people to talk to us today?
Trump protest. We're going to go have some conversations. Let's go talk to some people.
And this is on the other side of the country.
California. How you guys doing?
Oh, the best.
Oh, wow.
The best.
This is MAGA town you guys are in.
That's right.
We had to come check this one out for sure. Is there a lot of support, a lot of not support? How is it? Kind of worded that weird.
We actually get a lot of support.
In Huntington?
Well, you know Huntington. And we will do it until we are no longer an authoritarian country again.
Oh. Right, so are you guys planning on keeping this up for the next 4 years?
We have to.
You have to. Tell me about your sign and why you personally are out here. You know, you don't need to speak for your whole crew.
I'll tell you personally, mine is that we have lost the process of due process.
Yeah.
We are going against our Constitution.
Sorry to interrupt your podcast.
There it is.
Did you guys check in with us over there? Like, this is your First Amendment right to be out here, but because we're just trying to keep everybody safe, and we do have agitators, we usually like to keep track of like who's showing up here. So, have you checked in with the safeties?
For me right now?
Have you checked in with the safeties over there?
The safeties?
Yes,
No.
our protests. So basically,
Yeah,
I am not. So what we're trying to do.
Why would you?
Excuse me. So basically, what we're trying to do, and I'm not
I
trying to
appreciate your
say.
concern. We're just
So,
filming a
first
YouTube
of
video and we're
all-
having conversations.
Trying
Pay
not.
attention.
So
This
keep everybody safe over there. Like,
Going
Remember.
against our Constitution.
Are you
Sorry to
one of the
interrupt.
ones that's qualified to speak to me? Give me 1 second. I gotta fucking get these headphones working. For some reason, these Klug ones are always quiet.
your podcast. Did you guys check in with us over there? Like, this is your First Amendment right to be out here, but because we're just trying to keep everybody safe, and we do have agitators, we usually like to keep track of like who's showing up here. So, have you checked in with the safeties?
for me right now?
Have you checked in with the safeties over there?
The safeties?
Yes,
No.
our protests. So basically,
police officer?
I am not. So what we're trying to do.
Why would you?
Excuse me. So basically, what we're trying to do, and I'm not
I
trying to
appreciate
say.
your concern.
There we go.
We're just filming a YouTube
You
video.
saw
and
that
having
though, right?
I
conversations.
get that.
And
And
I
What he
don't
did
know
when
if
that
we need
lady
permission
asked
to be
him if
doing
he was
that,
a
do we?
cop.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. So what we're trying to do is make sure everybody.
Sorry.
Your concern?
Why would
Look at
So-
look at
me
her.
right now?
Have you checked in with the safeties over there?
The safeties?
Yes,
No.
our protests. So basically,
police officer?
I am not. So what we're trying to do.
Why would you?
Excuse me. So basically, what we're
She's
trying
pretty
to
much like, okay, you're not a cop.
do, and I'm not
I
trying to
appreciate
say.
your concern. We're just filming a YouTube video and we're having conversations.
I get that.
And
you
I don't
can
know
do
if we
that.
need permission to be doing that, do we?
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. So what we're trying to do is make sure everybody's safe. So you're
Okay.
perfectly fine to be here.
Uh-huh.
But
Safe
when we
as in, like, physically?
all safe.
Okay.
Like, it is your First Amendment right to be here,
Right.
just like it is ours. And it doesn't matter left, right, middle. We're all
And
allowed
you want
to
me to
protest.
check in for...
Just to say, hey, I'm here. I'm going to be doing that.
Hey,
what you're
I'm
doing
here.
right now, we don't know
Yeah,
who
radio.
you are. We don't know if you're trying to.
James
start
Klug
a
on
fight.
YouTube, if you'd like to check it out. I don't think I'm trying to start a fight with this nice lady right
No,
here.
but again, I don't know who you are, so that's why I'm coming over here. I'm talking to you. I just wanted to talk to you because we have had people try to start fights online or film it and things like that. I'm not saying you're doing
Well,
that.
yeah, I totally understand wanting to keep everybody safe. I don't think I'm going to check in, but we are not going to fight people that are being obviously respectful and exercising their First Amendment rights here.
So again, like you're completely,
Of
you're
course.
being
Look at-
completely fine to be here. I'm not
Good, now
saying you're
go
not.
away.
The check-in is not like you owe us anything. It's just like we want to work with
maybe not completely fine, maybe semi-fine, it seems like, and then completely fine would maybe be checking in with your people.
I'm a safety, so I'm just making sure that people don't start fights because we have had fights start.
I don't.
And it's not.
What's your name?
I'm Jordan.
Jordan?
Yes.
Jordan, I'm James. I don't think I'm going to be attacking these friendly people here.
I don't think you are either.
Good, then go
Please
away.
ask away. Ask away.
Why are you here?
I'm here to have some fun back and forth conversations, some interviews, highlight kind of what's going on here, showing people on YouTube. So my YouTube channel is James Klug, and that's what I do. We have respectful conversations.
ALUG?
Yeah, that's me. You mentioned rule of law and all of that. We were talking about due process. And I was mentioning that, illegal immigrants, they basically get zero due process when it comes to deportations, and that's just in a general sense. Because I think people using due process are actually incorrect about what they think that it is. If I'm here illegally and I rob somebody and I get arrested, I get due process. But immigration, you don't get the same thing. It is true.
It is not true.
Yeah.
If a guy gets up to my door and bangs it down, I am the one that's wrong.
The reason I'm saying it's different is because when it comes to an administrative process within the country, there's a reason why immigration enforcement is an administrative process. It's civil, and therefore you don't get all those rights.
But you do when it comes to the due process of coming in, saying you seek asylum, and the government says, okay, you are allowed to, here, you get this.
This is a different conversation, kind of.
No,
yes.
it's the same. Because most of the people here, most of them, not all, but most of the people here have some kind of documentation that for one reason or another that they're here. Green cards, special visas because they are somebody that does high tech.
But they can be revoked.
So we have those. Then we have the ones that were in war-torn places or gangs where they couldn't get in and they came into the country illegally.
Yeah.
Okay.
From where, let's say, like Venezuela or something,
it could
right?
be the Netherlands. It could be from.
At that point, you're already disqualified from asylum in the United States. You're supposed to do it at a neighboring country. And I was going to say really quick.
Yes.
You know, when it comes to the asylum process, the overwhelming majority. You mentioned you mentioned gangs and stuff. The overwhelming majority of those cases are.
So wait a minute. So technically, we should only be given asylum to Mexicans and Canadians. Is that what I heard?
Economic asylees, they're looking for just a better life financially. That doesn't qualify
So
for
not
asylum.
Somalians?
So they go to court, they get picked up, and they get deported.
And that's right.
And that's legal.
That's legal.
All right, everyone. The times are changing, and America is focused. You know, the down here features so far as Chris is the time to self awesome accepted on this.
For the El Salvador, that was not due process.
Look, let's touch on that because, and I appreciate the respectful back and forth because, look, hey, we're agreeing on some stuff here, right? So we agree on that case. You're talking about using the Alien Enemies Act. Now, I do think that conversation requires kind of zooming out and looking at the macro issue of opening up the floodgates the last 4 years, bringing in 10+ million illegal immigrants. They were looking for a way to get as many people out as fast as possible.
Okay, they've asked me not to talk to you
Oh.
anymore, so I'm not going to.
Oh.
I mean, you're allowed
What
to talk
the
to
hell?
people. You're an adult. They're going to tell you not to?
Well, they just want to know that. See, I don't know you're a podcast. I just don't want you.
Look at that van.
Hey, you know, this is what she's.
Did you say this?
Yeah.
So you're allowed to make these decisions for yourself. I don't actually appreciate when people interrupt good conversations with cowbells and stuff. Look, you have one. You're not waving it. Hey, excuse me, ma'am. We're trying to have a conversation. Do you mind?
I do want to finish my conversation.
She does want to finish it.
I got First Amendment right.
Okay.
Okay, let's go over here.
Okay, we're gonna go over here then.
Oh my God.
It's our First Amendment. Can I see the sign? Is that the primary reason why you're out here today? I mean, I know maybe it's obvious,
I
but
got so many reasons. The cost of living right now, the authoritarian rule, the courts not functioning the way they should. I mean, I could go.
Y'all understand this cost of living. I haven't had any issues, and I haven't had a raise in 7 years.
On and on and on about what's happening right now, but I believe in science. I believe in vaccines.
what would you like to see with the administration? I mean, do you think they should be finishing it, or do you think you'd like to see Trump impeached? What are your
That ain't
thoughts?
going to happen.
You don't think? Okay, that's
never going to happen. So I don't even know why we discuss it. It's not going to happen.
Impeachment doesn't
curious
mean
about your
shit.
thoughts.
In fact, I'm afraid he's not even going to leave office. So let's be real.
Do you think he's going to run again in 2028?
I don't know if he'll run, but he'll figure out a way to stay in office. I don't know if he's actually going to run, but I.
So it's when everybody's like, Trump's going to run in 2028, or they have that fear. I'm like, do you realize he's going to be 82 fucking years old? He's not going to be able to run again. Knock it off with that third term bullshit.
believe he'll do something to try and stay in office.
Do you think he will be successful in that? You know, if we've...
I'm hoping not, because that's a long time away. But I believe these protests are going to just get bigger and bigger and bigger. I think his time is hopefully up. I'm hoping.
Last question for you. Tell me about this. We're in like a MAGA town right now. Tell me about how this has been received.
This is my first time here.
at this one.
That guy's saying socialist pig.
Wait, so you don't
I have
even
no
live in
problem with
Huntington
being a
Beach?
socialist. It's for helping people. Socialist is another word for helping people.
Is that the direction
What?
that you think you'd like to see the Democrat Party going?
I don't need a title for it. We're just for helping people.
Sorry, we were talking about the alien enemy.
Socialist is for means helping people. I get it. What they do to help you is they make sure that you have a place to live, you have food if you get there early enough, and as long as you do what we say, we'll provide you with security and food if you get there quick enough. But we're also going to work you to death so that we can remain on top while you guys remain poor. But we're helping you.
Socialist is another word for helping people.
Is that the direction that you think you'd like to see the Democrat Party going?
I don't need a title for it. We're just for helping people.
Sorry, we were talking about the Alien Enemies Act and where you disagreed with it. I said that, zooming out in that conversation and saying this was a response to millions of illegals coming in. The Trump administration said, okay, we need to get people out as fast as possible. They only have 4 years. They decided to try to use the Alien Enemies Act. Now, that was struck down by the Supreme Court, and then they stopped using the Alien Enemies Act. So I do think kind of the macro perspective on that is very helpful because you have an administration that brought in, once again, 10 plus million illegals over the last 4 years. Tren de Aragua gang members came into the country. They had a foothold in major cities across the United States, MS-13. And I understand that's not everybody coming across. But when you have that many bad people, tens of thousands coming in.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay, do you know what the percentage
100%.
of...
But what's so wrong with trying to expedite removal of MS-13 gang members?
Because what they're doing is dragnets, and what they're doing is dragnets. They're not doing the criminals. They're doing what Stephen Miller wants: 1,000 a day, 1,000 a day,
Abracadabra?
2,000 a
That's
day.
totally fine if they're here illegally, but I'm talking about the Alien Enemies Act when it came to the plane.
You said that's done. I know a family right now.
Yes.
That it's not because they're illegal. It's because their son's Down syndrome, and they are a Latino color. They have an accent still.
Latino.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this shit bitch is racist.
Right there. I like that.
These people are afraid to even go to the doctor, to get food.
I'm so sorry. Are they in the country illegally or no?
Yes, they're legal.
I'm sorry, they're legal is
they're
what you're saying.
legal, yes.
Okay, well,
then you got nothing to worry about.
Explaining to me is probably the result of misinformation and disinformation about the Trump administration deporting people that are Americans, and that's not true.
But it is. We know it. We've seen it.
Give me an example.
Well, one is the guy that just happened to. The other is there's two of them that it happened to that went to El Salvador.
Yeah, Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He was an illegal immigrant, and he was very likely an MS-13 gang member.
Pretty sure he's being held in Nashville.
They got to make a fake thing to put on his. I'm sorry, that was
fake.
Marijuana, smiley face, cross.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And skull, which represents MS-13.
No. The actual thing, that whatever they put that
they were symbols to represent MS-13.
People really think that was the tattoo.
They were not on his. I've seen his hand, but those that I'm talking about weren't on there. They digitally put them on there.
You're talking about the instructions to help people understand the symbols, is what you're talking about. And his girlfriend would hide his tattoos in every single photo that they took.
Yeah.
I promise, I'm not just making this
He
up.
even said
Wannabe
it.
dictator, fascist. He does not care about you. Tariffs or taxes paid by you. Ma'am, what is a fascist?
I don't want to be on.
Oh.
Yes, thank you for your time. How about you? Would you like to answer that question?
It is an absolutism and a government authoritarian kind of government, generally on the far right.
Centralized autocracy, yeah. I mean, it's pretty
Fascist can go
straightforward.
both ways.
I guess so, yeah.
Do you think Trump is a fascist? I mean, a big characteristic of fascism is the merger between state and corporate power. Do you think that the Trump administration's doing that?
I think he just wants to be an authoritarian.
Okay.
I think he admires authoritarians. Yeah. And I don't think he understands the difference between fascist and communist.
I think a lot of people don't. Why do you think he wants to be an authoritarian? I mean,
I think it's his personality. Everything that people know about him.
Reducing the size of federal government?
No.
Is that something that an authoritarian would do?
Yeah.
No. Being pro Second Amendment rights, would an authoritarian want its citizens to have guns?
That depends. It depends on how long they'll have that right.
It's a very unusual thing to allow your citizens to have, though, if you are an authoritarian.
Well, but I think General slowly will be getting rid of those if he continues. And,
You think that the right wing's going to start pushing for the removal of firearms?
I think, yes. I think it will be. I think that ICE is the beginning of that. I think ICE will be the beginning of like a secret police. And
True story. IRS hired 80,000 agents. IRS has one of the biggest budgets for ammunition in the government. Why do IRS agents need guns? You want to talk about secret police? You never said anything about that. I'm just saying.
I think that, yes, we will see that.
You know, there's so many examples. You guys are so worried about the immigrants. So worried about them.
Worried.
Yeah, you guys are so worried that they're here.
Well, I care about putting the American people first. And we have so many issues, a housing crisis. We have overflowing classrooms. Our kids aren't graduating high school and being able to read. We have all of these problems. And I think that importing tens of millions of illegal immigrants, them getting free housing, free health care, free schooling, benefits on credit cards, housing assistance, I think is terrible to do when we have homeless veterans on the street. What do you think?
I think that you are misinformed on a lot of that.
Yeah. What am I wrong about there? What I just said.
Yeah. The free benefits.
Yeah, they get all that.
No, they don't.
In California, they get free health care. I'll just start with one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about $10 billion a year we spend on illegal immigrants' health care.
Proven.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay.
You want me to look that up too?
I will look it up. I'm going to go home and look up all this
No, you
stuff
won't.
you're saying. Go Trump, all right. So,
right here, California to spend $8.4 billion this year on health care for illegal aliens.
Okay, and who's that by?
This is
See, I'm gonna
Budget
go out,
Committee.
Okay, I'm going to go out and check all of that.
Yes,
No, you're
please
not.
do.
He's a fascist, he's a felon, he's a pedophile. And this
Oh.
has all been proven.
Oh, it is?
One after the other.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
He was convicted of being a fascist. Definitely he's a felon. Pedophile? Gone back and forth on that. And when I seem to think about it, and they keep saying Donald Trump's in the Epstein client files, or the Epstein files. No shit! No shit! We knew that already. We knew that already. But that's where the fucking liberal left is stopping. They think we want the list, as in, conservatives, libertarians, we want the list because Trump's on it. Because that's all the liberals care about. They just want to see Trump's on that new list, even though we all know he's not. It's not a list, it's a client file. Maybe that's why they never said it never was a client list. It was just, what the fuck? God damn it, that threw me off. Client list Trump. Yeah. Liberals only seem to care about Trump's name on that. I don't care. If he did some nefarious shit, he will be dealt with. It's the other people that are still running around free, knowing they have nothing to worry about. Because a liberal judge decided we're not going to unseal the grand jury testimony. So can't use that. We got Pam Bondi who says, well, we have the files, but there's nothing in it. Do you really have these files? Or was it like the Russian collusion shit where they were in burn bags? In burn bags. They just happened to forget to burn them. I mean, they did say it was on Director Ray's desk the entire time. Right. I don't know where we got off on this, but we're going to continue. What's up, Roots?
For him know it, the people against him know it. So I guess the question is, why would you want someone like that to be in charge of the country?
You know, a lot of people that I speak with, let's say I'm in Huntington Beach during a different time. They'll say he's the best president they've ever had. He's representing the American people, especially the working class. What would your response to that be? No, yeah, please.
He's arresting the working class. He's kidnapping the immigrants that are here working. They're not sitting on their ass. They're out in the field working. They're in restaurants.
Are you talking about illegal immigrants?
I'm talking about every immigrant.
All the immigrants?
All the immigrants, which we all are. We're all immigrants, but no, I'm talking
No, we're
about
not.
Just anybody that's brown.
Well, let me rephrase that.
Because that's what they're targeting. They're not targeting if they're illegal. They're not targeting if they're a felon. They're not They're targeting brown, and that's wrong. So
I mean, that's a big thing for the administration to be doing, if that is true.
It's fact.
It's fact. So what is your basis for saying that?
What is the basis for saying what?
Just brown people, like my camera guy. Is he going to get deported?
You know, there's a chance. I can't guarantee. I mean, honest to God.
You think the chance is pretty good, though?
No, I don't know what the chance is. All I know is
over for you.
I don't want any of you motherfuckers watching this to report me to ICE. All right?
$168 billion have been allotted to ICE.
Yes.
That's to hire more. I was saying maybe every block is going to have
Border Patrol, wall.
They're going to have their own ICE agent. Every block, he's got enough money to put an ICE agent.
That's a hell of a campaign promise right there.
Yeah.
That's not a promise. That's a threat.
Oh.
No, I'm white. I don't have half the worries that a lot of people of different colors do,
okay.
And I feel for them. Yeah. And I'm just really sorry that this country has taken such a nasty...
I'm white. I don't have to go through problems that they have to, but I feel for them. But you have no idea how it would feel to go through... Grandma, relax. I realize this is your free time. Once a week, they take everybody from the nursing home, give them these signs, but the whole week before that, what we're going to do is we're going to give you this. This is exactly what you want to say. And this is your fun time. If you remember this, you can go with us on Saturday on a field trip. Huh? Would you like that? Get to talk to some people, wave your banners, tell them fuck Donald Trump. You guys want to do that? Yay! All right, everybody on the bus. Meet. All right. Y'all can finish watching this. I kind of got to take a piss.
Turn and is villainizing people who are not villains. Basically, the villains are in the White House. They've proved it over
What should the punishment be for entering the country illegally?
Say that what?
What should the punishment be for entering the country illegally? What should happen to people?
They should probably be put on the road to becoming legal. I'm sure a lot of them don't know how to do that, and they're coming over because they are, believe it or not, it's worse where they come from than here. So they're giving up everything to come across the border to hopefully make a better life.
Should there be any limitations on immigration then? Should anybody just be allowed to come into the United States?
Well, he said, this is what he said, is that he wasn't going to let, the felons and the people, thank you, who had criminal records come in, or those were the ones he was going to arrest, and that isn't what happened. You can look and you can see that.
They promised the largest deportation effort in American history, and then they said worst goes first. So when it comes down to that, I'm
going to get back to where she said there's a villain in the White House. There is a villain in the White House. Sometimes sometimes it takes a villain to change everything for good. For the good! Some people will view him as a villain. Some people will view him as Donald Trump, a hero of the people. Especially if you're Jewish.
What's wrong with getting people out of the country that are here illegally, that are cutting in line and getting taxpayer-funded benefits and all that? What's wrong with that, do you think?
I don't believe they are. I believe
that
they are. I knew somebody who was working on somebody else's Social Security card, meaning he was paying in, he was never going to get.
Yeah, most of them are working under the table because it's illegal to employ illegal immigrants.
Okay, so why don't they bust the bosses? Why don't they bust the bosses who are getting this cheaper labor?
Yeah. Would you support that?
They are.
You know, if they're going to bust the workers, yeah.
Yeah, they just busted a big one in Los Angeles, or at least they're under investigation because a lot of these situations, right, they're hiring illegals and exploiting cheap illegal labor.
Exactly. My point exactly.
The one they're talking about, the California pot farm owner, who somehow donates to, massive amounts of money to Gavin Newsom's campaign.
You got it.
So you do agree with holding them accountable? Do you agree with holding the people accountable that come here and cut the line?
I don't know how they're cutting the line.
You don't know how?
They come here legally.
Okay, I don't know how they're cutting the line.
Well, there's people in line that are waiting to come here legally, and then we have to process millions of people that are coming illegally.
Speed it up. Let them all come in.
All of them?
It's called vetting.
Maybe if they're a felon or have a criminal record, then it's like, no, you can stay out. But everybody else, please come in. You make our economy better. You make our lives better. You bring cultures in that, we don't have and we want to experience. Why not?
Wait,
Why not?
What about assimilating with American culture?
They do. They do.
Sorry?
You want them to bring their culture, or you want them to come here to be an American?
I want them to bring their culture here. We're the melting pot. That's what I was taught when I was young. We're the melting pot. Everybody comes in. Do you eat tacos?
I love tacos.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. If Mexicans hadn't come up here, you wouldn't have tacos, all right?
Yeah, we would.
Is that the argument for unfettered mass migration into the United States when we have a housing crisis?
Did this bitch just say one of the main reasons that we should have immigrants is because if they didn't come here, we wouldn't have tacos. If we didn't allow the Mexican immigrants to come here illegally, we wouldn't have tacos. Wrong. Remember, where do you think we got Texas from? New Mexico. They didn't come here. We took it.
Classrooms, health crisis, gun crisis, all these issues, gangs, drugs. Is that a reason to bring in all of those people? Or do you think we should be, cleaning up our own house first? What do you think?
All those issues you mentioned are caused by greed, and it's only the 1% billionaires that are reaping the benefits. Everybody else is suffering. And believe you me, 3 more months, we're going to be suffering. I know you don't think it's you because you're white, but you will.
Ma'am, last question for you, really quick, and I appreciate your time.
Wait a minute. I'm fucked. Let's rephrase that. I could have sworn she said that he'll be all right.
I know you don't think it's you because you're white, but you will.
Ma'am, last.
Oh. If you're white, guys, in the next 3 or 4 months, you're going to be good. You're going to be good. Me, on the other hand, you might want to worry for me. Well, at least half of me. Right?
Question for you, really quick, and I appreciate your time. I just want to know, when it comes down to bringing in people that are in the country illegally, illegal immigrants are counted in the U.S. Census, and the census determines how many representatives a state has in the House of Representatives. Okay. A lot of people are making the argument that they're just importing people that are in the country illegally to get more representatives in a state.
I don't know anybody who does that. I've never
Bro,
heard
that's one of the coolest things ever is to watch a swearing-in ceremony. Especially when it's like a group of people. And you can just see the excitement in the room. Like, it's a crazy feeling to be in that room.
that. I've never heard of that. Who has the money to do that?
What do you mean?
Who has the money to organize people to come up so they get their votes?
They just give them, free healthcare, housing, food, and all sorts of benefits.
I don't know where you hear this.
We're in California. We're in California right now, and illegal immigrants get free healthcare
They
in
do.
California.
I don't believe it.
Would you like me to show you?
Healthcare, and they don't get free health care.
Yes, they do.
You know, I mean, that's.
Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah. They get Medicaid?
I think they do.
That's healthcare.
Yeah, that's healthcare, but I don't think it's free. I think they're paying for it.
Well, who pays? Ma'am, do you?
Okay. Oh.
Everybody gets their chance to say, hey, because if they come over and they've asked for asylum, they get their little paper that they have to give.
Heavily abused asylum process that everyone's abusing right now.
Yep.
So you say that. Do you know that?
Yes, because the overwhelming majority are economic asylees. They're told, if you go down to Mexico, I mean, Eric's down, he's been reporting on the border crisis for the last 5 years. You go into Mexico, Eric, do cartels instruct people on what to say to Border Patrol to go through the process? Yes?
They're coached before coming over.
So they're coached on how to take advantage of the process?
We're putting all of these things on people and treating them cruelly. I guess it's the cruelty that really gets
Treating
me.
them cruelly?
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Many of the. I have watched them beat up old men. I've watched on TV. We get to see it. We get to see it live.
Who's getting treated cruelly?
I knew it. The immigrants.
The immigrants.
The ones
Again,
that they're picking
they
up.
come to the United States. The American people fund all of their benefits. Again, healthcare, housing, schooling, food, everything for them. They get to take advantage of welfare programs in multiple states across the United States.
That's not what I'm saying. When I see them.
That sounds like the American people being pretty, amazing. Sorry.
I'll go now. I don't have to finish my thought.
Please finish it.
Yeah. When I see
You have to go now.
Or on TV itself, or when I see them pulling people, breaking their cars, breaking out, beating them up, hitting them, for God's sake, when I see them shoot those rebels.
I see them pulling these immigrants. I don't ever see them beating them. I do see them beating very combative, usual suspects.
Bullets at legal people while they're doing this. I'm sorry, that's cruelty. That is cruelty. There are ways if you're going to arrest somebody.
Yeah. What do you? Are you talking about ICE now? We're talking about ICE. Pulling people out of
Are
cars.
they? I don't know. They don't. They have tennis shoes on. To me, they're not dressed.
They're not tennis shoes. They're Merrill.
Professionals. So are they ICE or are they somebody else? We don't know
I mean,
anymore.
People keep saying it's a big mystery.
Yes, absolutely. They're tennis shoes.
But they have massive customs and border protection badges on
Some
and
of
stuff.
them do. Many of them don't have anything. If you look out there, go back. I mean, you maybe do. I hope you're looking at both sides before you're making your decision. But and I really do want to get back.
Last note, when it comes to not enforcing our laws, which are very basic immigration laws, when it comes to deporting people that are in the country illegally, when you don't do that, you encourage more illegal immigration. So over the last years, just a quick thing that we saw, right? Record-breaking human trafficking, record-breaking unaccompanied minors showing up at the southern border, record-breaking sex trafficking, drugs coming into the country, also deaths down at the southern border because people are trying to enter illegally, so they're dying. So it's this massive ecosystem. I didn't even mention record-breaking profits for the cartels because every single person that comes over illegally pays the cartel. You're not getting through unless you pay the cartel. You can look it up.
Or you got to work it off.
To show their status of payments for the cartels. If they can't pay, they do slave labor within the United States at a cartel-friendly business, right? When it comes to me enforcing these laws, it's not just because, I just don't like illegals in the country. It's because the entire ecosystem makes some of the most awful people on the planet wealthier than their wildest dreams and funds death and drugs. Okay, so this is
You know what's crazy?
Hey, look.
I'm looking at the fence behind them. It's a vinyl fence. When I was having my new fence put in, when I was extending my backyard because the previous owner was cheap, I was looking between that, the one I have right now, and then cedar. So my fence right now, I paid 10 grand. If I wanted the cedar, it would have been double. If I wanted the vinyl, I wasn't even consider paying for that. I don't know why vinyl costs more than, whoa, never mind, manufactured.
You hate to see people being taken
And the
from their
wind
homes,
can blow
so
it
that's
down
terrible.
easy with
The laws need
tornadoes.
to be enforced because we're not going to give the southern border to cartels. We're not going to do that.
What did Trump promise?
Mass deportation. It's the
No,
largest deportation effort in American history, quote unquote.
Illegal. Okay, yeah,
Huh?
mass deportation.
Of people that are in the country legally.
He did, yeah, and committed crimes, is what he said, and committed crimes.
Worst first is what he said.
Yep.
Yeah. Worst first is what he said.
And what he's done has been very cruel. And
But the other one's been
his,
collateral damage.
Giving the border to the cartels is much more cruel. I mean, human traffickers, our business is terrible for human traffickers right now. Do you think that's a good thing?
Do I think what I think is due process? Have a good system. Yeah. If you're going to do this, make sure you have a fair and honest system. Mm-hmm. You don't. You're being cruel. You're putting people out there. There's kidnapping happening. People are dying. There are cruelty. Children are being taken away from their parents. Again, we already
Children are
that.
not being taken away from their parents.
Oh, so Rachel Maddow was wrong. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah,
but,
Rachel Maddow
was probably wrong. Yes.
But,
Did this bitch just say Rachel Maddow told her?
Children are not being taken away from their parents.
Oh, so Rachel Maddow was wrong. I'll have to look that.
There's no saving this one. I thought there was.
But
Rachel Maddow was probably wrong. Yes.
But she usually triple checks and more. So
Given the option, I'll clarify with you. They're given the option to, if they have a child that's legal in the United States because they came over legally and had a child and that child's an American for some reason. Yeah. They're given the option to give that child to a family member here, or they're given the option to leave with their children.
As we saw them taking them into this, yeah. Those are the things we're going to have to agree to disagree.
That's right, ma'am. What are they doing their meeting on over there?
Just a wrap up.
A wrap up? Is that how it goes every single weekend?
They've been, yeah. I mean, casual. What's happening this week?
Yeah, it's an AAR.
I voted for Trump, and we had a respectful conversation today. Is that crazy?
Well,
it was, right?
Yes, ma'am. Are you embarrassed you voted for him?
No, I'm very happy, actually. There's a couple things I'm not happy with.
What about his?
I'd give him like a B+ if you were to ask.
Really?
Rating, yeah.
Despite the fact he's a complete fraud,
Huh?
and has been for decades.
Wait, everyone always says that, but a fraud?
Yes, absolutely a fraud.
Ripping everyone off for his real estate? I mean,
business. He doesn't care about anybody but himself, and so yeah.
Well, then why did the
Why
majority
is he
of
not
Americans
taking the
making
pay?
under $100,000 vote for him again?
Well, again, that was unfortunately, he's a great promoter. He's a great, he hornswoggles people, basically
You're not
for a
gonna
living.
get disagreement from me there. He's definitely a good promoter.
Well, anyway, so he's done more to destroy this country than any president in the last 100 years.
I don't see how that's really the case. What, because he's enforcing basic immigration law, or what is it? Like, what is actually so over the top? Think of something so crazy, so unprecedented. Well, I guess maybe there's a decent amount of unprecedented.
What do you think he's doing now? What about the? He promised I'm going to solve the immigration. I'm going to get rid of the worst of the worst.
He is.
People keep saying that to me. The phrase was worst first.
He's going to get rid of all the criminal immigrant elements.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty decent job of that.
Well,
in fact, they designated cartels as terrorist organizations. Why haven't we done that before? Why haven't we gone after
He
terrorists?
never said anyone was safe from it. He said we're going to get the worst first, like he keeps saying. And that's why people are getting caught up coming out of the immigration courts because, well, due process. And the people that are the worst first, they're getting the most kickback from these big cities. Like releasing them before ICE even gets there. So they have to conduct raids. And when you conduct raids, there's collateral damage. And nobody's died. I mean, look at this straight. Nobody's died from any of these raids. And as far as I remember, no one's been injured from any of these raids. So, yeah.
Cartels before.
Well, because most of
I'm
them
gonna
are
ask you. You're the generation. I gotta ask you that.
Most of them are in Mexico, and he's threatened to go in there with troops and.
They're in the United States too.
What?
They're in the United States too.
Mexico just gave us 26 cartel members. Just keep that in mind. We don't even have to go over there. They're bringing them to us now.
Now, they basically, over the last 4 years, they pretty much controlled the border.
Well, if he shuts down the cartels and the criminal, that's fine. But
would you say that thumbs up for that one then, huh?
Well, yes, but when you're talking about deporting millions of other law-abiding immigrants,
this thing almost said
broken no
citizens.
laws, done nothing.
Well, they came into the country illegally. That's breaking laws.
Okay, so he's going to destroy the economy with farm workers in lots of different occupations.
Do you mind if I touch on that? I don't see why we have to, first of all, why our farm workers have to be illegal.
Yep.
You know, we can have people that are in the country legally that are doing that, but also
slave labor.
There's only about 2.6, 2.5 million on-farm jobs in agriculture. We have like 25 million illegal immigrants. The majority of them are in cities collecting all sorts of benefits from taxpayers, all of that. So I don't think that's a good argument there. What do you think? You see what I'm saying? Am I being fair?
Well, the thing is, Trump has run this country into the ground.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All of his appointments, most of his cabinet people and appointees are clearly unqualified. Clearly. I mean, our Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, tell me about Pete.
I think we've had a lot of problems over.
Tell me about Pete. Pete was enlisted. Pete retired as a major, which means he's done more for the small individual, private, on up to company command level, where he had to plan everything. Generals don't. They get advisors. If anybody's qualified for being the Secretary of Defense, it's the one that's been there in the trenches and remembers it. By the time you make general, you're a politician. Hell, by the time you make a full-bird colonel, you're a politician. To me, he's the perfect fit. And soldiers love him.
The last several decades that have contributed to
what's up, Zippity?
And the issue with immigration and all of this stuff.
Totally deflecting.
No. My point of bringing that up is saying this right now. This administration is saying it just ruined everything. I think that's a little bit.
Speaking of that, and if Pete Hegseth is such a big problem for the military, did you know female enlistments in all branches almost doubled this year from previous year? Not only were you setting records for enlistments, setting records for everything across the board. So if people really think Pete Hegseth is bad for the military, why are so many young kids joining? Because they went away from the kindler, gentler army to where they have commercials about a private who has 2 moms. It's not about fighting wars if you have 2 moms and you think you're special. Let's finish the video.
I don't think it's probably dramatic enough.
So then tell me how this administration has ruined the country.
Or
whatever the wording you use.
I don't have the rest of the afternoon to do that, but
just give me one.
It is, the tariff situation. You know, that is so.
That's ruined the country. Like that has.
It's in the process
run it into the ground.
Is it?
In the process of doing that. Because who pays the tariffs?
I mean,
we do.
I understand.
You sure about that?
No, and you're right about that. There's various reasons for tariffs. Some are good, some are bad. When it comes down to it, though, I mean, even if it does fail, that's not. You think that's just That's like the worst case scenario.
Well,
I'm not saying that it necessarily would.
Tariffs. I mean, he's being so arbitrary and capricious in applying his own delusionary, thing on tariffs that's horrible.
What really fucks people up, countries up, is a tariff war, retard. You tariff the fuck out of them, they're gonna lose money. Plain and simple. Why do you think all the countries were so quick to make deals and then make investments into the United States?
Horrible policy. It's turning off the rest of the world.
What about a lot of the trade deals that we've accomplished over the last few months? Some of our biggest trading partners, we've had way better trade deals with them, more access to their markets, all of that stuff. Now, I'm not going to champion tariffs here, but I don't think it's doomsday is what I'm saying.
Well, we'll see about that.
There could be some negatives. I'm not.
I mean, if you can change them, you can tariff.
Talk to me in 6 months,
yes, sir.
And we'll see how bad the situation is.
What's your name? I'm James.
Tim.
Pleasure to meet you, Tim. All right, everyone, that is it for today. I think we have.
I don't know about those people. I don't know about those people too much. But it's okay. Before we get to the closing of this, I'm going to take a quick minute. And if Carmen's still here, normally I don't play shit someone sends me immediately. I tend to wait till the next day. But just for you, Carmen. At least until YouTube says I can't.
With you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices.
Oh, they didn't like that. Yeah. Warning will go away in a minute. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and not children of all ages, I hope you have enjoyed the random shit today. It's Friday. Fuck it, Friday. Hopefully you didn't, learn anything that was negative, but it's okay. I don't know where I'm going with that comment. I'm just happy to see the sun out, and I'm going to go play at the Jeep. Because it's great weather for that. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend. It is Friday. I ain't got a job, and, well, I'm not going to drive, so that's kind of curious. I'm going to wash my Jeep. Fuck it. I should live stream me washing my Jeep, huh? Put on a little pair of Daisy Dukes. Huh? Huh? And that's it. Just Daisy Dukes. Oh, no problem, Carmen. Anytime. Anytime. But I'm not telling you how to think. Because if I was telling you how to think, you would totally be like those old people in the last two videos. Obviously, they don't really know what's going on, and they're repeating stuff because Rachel Maddow told them. Rachel Maddow should have known when she said MSNBC that somebody would say Rachel Maddow. That means they live in the same place. They're watching the same people. You see it now? You see it now? I hope you see it. Because I'm telling you to think. Just to think. And then now maybe you see it. Right? Right. Anyway. I think that's it. That's it. Quite a bit. Until next time. And, no, they took out my not my direct TV. They already took out my first payment for the NFL Sunday ticket. I'm so ready for football to begin. You definitely won't see me on Sundays. Anyway. Woo! Oh.